Half of the party. I hope you're not going to do something stupid. The other half of the party. I hope you're not hoping too hard.
One half of the party, please don't do something stupid. The other half, about to do something stupid.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, hold my beer.
Don't
Hold my
worry,
beer.
we're going to do something stupid. We did it 5 minutes ago.
You what?
Oh, that just means we need to move on to something else stupid. Well,
Exactly.
No.
That's not the point.
There's a point.
Well, yeah, right there in the sword. Stab. Ow!
I think at some point we just need to do a mini episode where it's just the barbarians.
Oh god.
Technically, they would have to take Hubert because he has a level barbarian.
Oh no.
Who do you think's babysitting them?
Yeah, pretty much.
The one where Hubert's impulse control is tested.
The one where Hubert loses it.
Okay, our party getting split in half. Which one of Jay's characters would end up with the idiots?
Huh?
I don't think either of them. I don't think either of them would go anywhere.
Yeah, they're both hard, so it's like having one of them to get stuck with them would be hilarious because they gotta deal with all the shenanigans.
Oh Jesus.
God.
My lady, I have bad news. Scalodius, Thorgrim, and Beastie all died. What on earth did you all fight that could have killed all three of them?
George, you don't want to know.
Flashback to Hubert subtly killing all of them in the span of a minute. I couldn't kill you.
Actually, if that were the case and Hubert did that, Otto would probably have been there. I didn't see anything. Good boy.
Poor Otto, traumatized.
See, Hubert does that. Sees Otto. Don't tell your mother. Oh.
So we had big fight last time.
I died.
We killed the paladin by not killing the paladin, so that was cool.
Glad we figured that one out.
Yeah.
And now there's another dead person in the corner.
They're not technically dead yet.
They're not dead yet, yeah. Hale's going to go heal him.
Oh. Oh, okay.
But the session ain't started yet, so.
Yeah, it has. You started the music.
You started the music, yeah. We're on it. We're alive.
Session means the end begin.
Unless he needs to start up.
Okay,
Hold on. You got the recording started.
Yes.
Okay, then you don't have an excuse.
I don't know, don't we usually wait for D&D begin now or whatever?
Matt already said that.
During the beginner.
3, 2, 1, go, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, the guy gets 5 HP.
Great way to start.
So, you cast Healing Word upon them, and you see their wounds heal. However, they do not wake up presently. They are still unconscious.
And I'll look over to Hubert.
Yes.
Can you wake him up?
I unfortunately used my lay on hands to ensure the goblin got back up.
Shall I crouch down and shake the person?
I was gonna say, Scolius walks over and just kind of keeps poking him with something.
Beastie brings the stick.
Galodius, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Because this is gonna end well for him. Yeah, that's to be expected.
Oh yes.
You all watch as eventually there's a twitch from the presumable wizard who raises their hand, and all of the discarded bone material suddenly surges around Scalodius, holding him in place as Scalodius is now paralyzed and under the effect of Hold Person.
Oh, you did not specify that was a spell.
Are you paying attention?
I think you're paying attention to the Jubilee that's still wounded. No offense. This is for a comedic moment.
Fair point.
So he totally gets himself frozen in that funky looking face position and falls over. Tink, tink.
Is
Pearl.
he awake now?
I mean, they cast a spell, so presumably.
I don't know. They could be sleep casting. Well,
I don't know if that's a thing.
The person then
Oh, but it should be.
begins looking around, seeming panicked, before eventually looking at you, stares at you for a minute, and goes, "Are you with the paladin?"
that one, she says, pointing at the very dead paladin.
What one?
No, he was grabbed and sent to hell. Remember?
George just sitting there. It's like he got dragged to hell after we beat him.
They sit there for a few minutes before saying, "Okay. Then
Yeah,
who are
but-
you?"
The people who beat him.
Yeah, he kind of had a bit of a vendetta. He wanted to drag us along, so
You watch as the person will gently feel the wall behind them and slowly stand up, seeming to use the wall as a brace before holding their hands out in front of them and stares blankly for a minute and goes, "Do any of you see a staff?"
no, wait, hang on. Thorgrim's gonna wander on over. Don't mind me, just, big bulky dwarf dude. I'm gonna try and, cause I can see him feeling about and, just being not, aware of his surroundings, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna try and, alright, I'm gonna touch you with the, on the hand.
No. Touch me.
I can heal your blindness with a
No.
breath.
You can't. Please don't touch me.
Oh.
Naturally
oh,
occurring, I think.
I didn't. Sorry, I thought the paladin did it. I didn't realize you were. Sorry.
Do any of you see a staff? They ask again, seeming to be a little irritated now.
Probably we'll scan the room real quick.
Or grim perception go.
With disadvantage due to all of the bones.
So it's 16.
Well, for Jubilee too.
Yes.
Alright, give me a moment. She's actually got a decent perception. 18 was the lower roll.
I'll also look around, see if he spots it.
Yes, I shall as well. Now that Jubilee is okay.
Alright.
Well, this will not, as he's still paralyzed.
That's deeply unfortunate.
There you go. It's that little scar over there.
Yes.
Who found it?
Anybody. DC was
Uh-oh.
15, so.
Oh,
These
Okay,
dudes-
so
LB
Do what?
did not. Thorgrim's like, got it!
he just near him. Oh, it's over. Oh, he's already got it. Never mind.
And there you go. And I'll hold it out so that he touches it with his hand. Here you go.
The person will take it before nodding, then tap the staff on one of the bones, which all begin to glow again before they inhale and sigh and go, "Thank you."
No problem.
So, what brings you here?
They say, pointing at you, "Where's the sword?"
Sword?
I have the sword.
"I need it back."
Why?
What is the sword?
"Dangerous. Meant to be locked away forever down here, guarded by me.
Could you at least please tell us more about this sword?
It eats souls." Well, not.
Yeah, that's all I needed to hear.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, and since no one else knows where this is, let's make sure no one else knows where this is.
Technically, it just drains the life force, but long story short, very dangerous weapon, very sentient weapon that kills you if you don't feed it enough blood every day.
Oh, it's sentient too. Lovely.
Yes,
Oh,
it is. It
It's
is
the sword
very.
Sorry.
It is very sentient and very dangerous.
It's
Is
the
that
sword from...
Can Auto roll insight on that?
Yeah.
Pretty sure this guy has no reason to lie, but okay.
You never know.
Turns out it's just a
But it's
regular
not
sword with no
auto,
magical
I guess-
properties whatsoever.
I say Autumn George to do insight.
Just roll whoever.
Alright.
I like that reference, Matt. Good one.
Yeah, no, I immediately I was like, wait, soul draining sword that's sentient and
Blood drinker.
Yeah, like it's Akuchiki.
I mean, I wish it was, but it has a name that, due to copyright, I'm now calling the Death Knight's blade. But
Well, I mean, yeah.
Even that might get a copyright. Just be careful.
even with your low insight, you can tell they are telling the truth. Or at least they believe they are. They seem to believe the weapon is dangerous in some caliber.
Well, George, honestly, I think it would be a good idea if we left it here.
George just gonna take a deep breath and is just gonna look at the sword and
As you look at the sword, you begin hearing whispers, almost subtly demanding that you feed it blood.
Oh no.
yeah, alright. Then he'll just walk over and hand the sword back over to him.
Yes.
The
Wise
first-
idea.
As you hand the sword towards them, despite the fact that they're blind, they just seem to rear back away before, no, I'm not touching that. They say before tapping their staves, and you watch as bones begin to assemble themselves together before a skeleton forms and holds its hand out to you, George.
Hello.
I am Patches. Wait.
He'll hand the
I
sword
swear,
over
if
to
it
the
says that-
skeleton.
It will take the sword before immediately going to where it was pulled from and begins putting it back into place.
Grabs a hammer and starts hammering it in.
And as he goes walking away, are there any remains left from where the paladin was at, or no?
Oh yeah, his entire body's there.
Oh.
Half
I
of
thought it was dragged to hell. Oh no,
Half-
the soul was dragged to hell.
Yeah, half of it scorched off by your green flame blade, the other half still holding on bits of skin.
And Joe's gonna start looking through his possessions and everything since what's his name already got the helm, the amulet.
Loot the body. Loot the body.
Hubert.
All
If there's
right.
anything left after he got scorched so many times,
Roll investigation.
I will assist you, George.
Yeah. Okay. One of us will.
Oh boy.
Oh, well, Julie took a sword through the chest for him.
Good.
This makes sense.
Well,
Well.
Now if he only rolled better.
You, George, you begin attempting to loot the body. However, you begin to realize that you're a bit too distracted. As all of you notice that he begins spacing out here and there, occasionally stopping and just looking at the body and not actually really getting anything done.
You okay, bud?
Jubilee will snap a couple fingers in front of his face.
huh?
Hey.
What?
It's over. He's gone now. He's really gone this time.
Yeah, I know. Processing.
I understand.
Take all the
Maybe
time
it's
you
best if you step away from the body then, so you can process it.
need. May
Let
I?
us handle. We'll handle looking through things if you need time.
If I find anything interesting, I shall let you know.
Exactly.
Alright. Did it just kind of step away for a little bit?
Thank you for trusting us.
I'll handle George. I think you three got this.
Aye.
So it looks at Hoppy. Oh, I'm sorry, 4.
Yes.
Rude.
Apologies.
Rude.
Would Puddle, would you be able to help me with the investigation, please?
Yeah, I can.
Catch anything I miss? Hang on. Ooh, glad I
better.
said that. Holy shit.
All right. So as you begin looking it over, LV, you realize that the plate mail appears to be magical, but has sustained heavy damage and could possibly be repaired. The paladin's shield is a +2 shield.
Ooh. Hang on. I'm gonna. Plate mail needs repairing.
Hello, paladin upgrades.
+2 shield. Anything else?
You find 152 gold.
Ooh,
Money.
money. Okay.
And what appears to be a potion of speed.
Ooh. Potion of go fast.
It's called a Starbuck.
Can I see the plate mail?
Yeah, of course. I believe your ability to fix things would be quite useful here.
Well, yeah, I can try to take a look at it.
Excellent. I will hand you the plate mail.
Alright, then I'll kind of step away with having Hoppy come with him, and then he'll start pretty much having him. Actually, can Hoppy do mending? Pretty sure he could. Never mind, it's just himself. Then Otto's gonna start, casting mending and trying to repair the armor.
Alrighty. You see it slowly beginning to work. However, you begin to realize that due to the fact that it is magical plate mail, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to fix than just casting mending on it once or twice.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's gonna take a while.
Very well. Take all the time you need. Does anyone here use any shields?
Julie just kind of looks over and raises her hand.
Does anyone else other than Jubilee? Otherwise, I'm giving it to her.
Is Jubilee really the only person that uses shields?
No,
think
George
so.
can use shields. He just, with the weapons he mainly uses now, he can't use a shield.
So here's the thing. Is she the only person who can? No. Is she the only person who does? Yes.
That's kind of what I
fair
meant,
point.
sorry.
Yeah, no, we all can. We just don't choose to.
Yeah, I need to if I want to use my protection abilities, so...
I think technically, Otto uses a shield.
No, he has he uses this. He has a Mace of Smiting in one hand and then the staff in the other.
Gotcha.
He goes full Gandalf.
Then I shall, if there are no objections, I shall give the shield to Jubilee.
Oh, thank you.
Of course, you require this. The rest of us do not actually require shields.
Jubilee is still going to give it a once-over, Matt, just in case. Don't want to be cursed all of a sudden. You know?
It seems to just be a +2 shield.
Okay, good. It doesn't hurt to check.
Unfortunately, magical identification does not show us if there's a curse involved, so the only way to find out is to use one.
Well, Jubilee will equip it then.
Okay.
What kind of shield is it?
A
+2.
+2 shield.
Okay, it's not like a tower shield or anything like that?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to know what kind of design I'm working with.
Whatever you want.
Cool. And now my armor class goes higher.
Yee.
Because before I was just using a normal shield. Hey, +2 to AC.
Huzzah!
Actually, now that I think about it, other than Jubilee, who else has a proficiency with heavy armor now?
Hubert.
BC in here. BC has a proficiency with heavy armor?
She's wearing heavy armor.
I forget. Do you get heavy armor proficiencies if you multi-class?
Yeah, you do.
It's not like George could. I think.
Yeah, that's because Jubilee didn't have heavy before she took paladin levels.
So
Now
Hubert
she
does,
does.
George does, Otto does, Jubilee does, Beastie does.
Funnily enough,
I'm just-
I think both of my characters do.
You're right, because you're cleric. Because
Yep.
clerics did it too.
Yep, and-
Only certain subclasses of cleric get it. I think LV is of the subclass that gets it, but not all clerics get it.
Yeah, some only get medium.
Really? Huh. Did not know that.
All of them get medium, except for the ones that get the additional proficiency.
Yeah, some get an upgrade.
Yep. Because some are intended for melee and some aren't.
I mean, the ones that aren't quote unquote aren't for cowards.
Yeah, exactly.
All clerics are meant for melee.
Yeah.
Yeah, clerics can be scary motherfuckers if
Oh,
they want to
absolutely.
be.
Yeah.
Why do you think I played one before?
I love Tempest clerics. Just it's my favorite cleric archetype by far.
That's fine. I'm more of a brave cleric guy because I can just like, you crit? No, you didn't.
Yeah, those are really good too.
Ironically, my favorite one is the life domain because it's the only one where you can literally say, alright, you hit me for X amount of damage, I heal myself for X amount of damage, one of us is gonna wear out before the other, and I guarantee it ain't me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, life clerics
You're literally
are
the
costly.
nuh-uh meme. The fuck you mean nuh-uh?
Like, oh no, you dealt 75 damage to me in one turn, and it's gone.
It is gone.
And it's good.
Anyways. Yeah, well, Jubilee's looking over the shield, just kind of watching Jordan, seeing how he's doing.
Watching you?
George.
Okay, they said Jordan.
I mean,
Yes, I'm
just-
watching the DM right now.
Oh no.
I'm in your bushes with a laptop.
And
Pop my head out with a laptop.
I'm not at my house, so I don't care.
Oh shit.
I didn't say I was watching your house, I said I was watching you.
Yeah, that's fine. Once again, you're not at my house, so I don't care.
What's wrong with me?
at the moment,
He's still paralyzed on the ground.
chilling.
No, it's been more than a minute. He's unparalyzed now.
He just thinks he
Sir,
is.
sir, that was quite rude. I was just trying to wake you up.
I'm not a sir.
No, the one in between. They, them.
So,
Player confused Dragonborn noises.
what did you
Ah,
Go quiet for a minute, as if trying to think of whether or not to tell you, and eventually they go, why?
Well, considering that I'm fairly certain we just saved your life, I thought it would be good to know. Again, if you don't want to tell us, that's your prerogative. I was just asking out of curiosity.
Dashing.
Dashing?
Yes.
Very well. Nice to meet you, Dashing. How long have you been guarding the sword?
Years.
How many? We talking decades or just years?
Hundreds.
I see.
Centuries.
Now I was going to look at them a bit closely. Are they an elf or?
Due to the robes that are over them, it's hard to tell what race they are. And as you attempt to peer at them, they just hold the stick out to you and gently push you back a ways.
no. Personal space, please.
Are you,
Spoilers.
are you an elf?
Human.
How come you've lived so long?
Magic.
Necromancy does wonderful things for the skin.
That makes sense.
I'm not a necromancer. They just say to whoever said that.
So
That was a joke out of character.
then why are you guarding the sword?
to make sure it doesn't get taken by anyone.
Alright, let me rephrase the question. What series of events led to you, of all people, guarding the sword instead of anyone else?
Everyone else in my sect is dead.
What sect?
The sect to guard the sword.
What's the sect's name?
We didn't have a name, we just guarded the sword.
Why? What series of events led to your sect guarding the sword instead of anyone else?
Adel,
They just
Adel,
you just watch as they pinch the bridge of their nose, and they go, because that's what we're born to do.
You sound like my 6-year-old kid questioning our mom about every single thing she says. Stop
yes,
it.
I don't think it's fair to what sounds like an interrogation right after we just got done fighting that paladin.
I am not interrogating, I was just asking.
You sound like you're interrogating him.
If I was interrogating, I would have asked Hubert to provide better... what's the word?
Adel.
But I'm not, I'm just asking.
There's probably a reason why it's kept secret, so more people don't find out about, points to the sword, that.
It'll shrugs. What, it's not like any of us are going to tell anyone, are we?
You do realize
No, but
there are
that
spells that
information
let
can be
people...
extracted other ways.
Yeah.
Fair point, I didn't consider that.
Yes.
Considering how often we get our minds read, I really should have thought about that.
There are also magics that force people to tell the truth.
That too. Very well.
And dominate.
Yes. Unfortunately, good intentions can be used badly.
Very much so.
So, for the sake of making sure that thing, points the sword again, stays as secret as possible, let's not ask any more questions than we need to.
Not to mention.
Although again,
Not to mention you're asking me questions that don't really have answers. The sect didn't have a name. We did it because that's what we were made to do. Other than that, I don't know anything else about it, other than I'm the last one.
Sounds like a lonely existence.
Very.
very sad.
So, when you no longer exist, who continues after you?
Quite frankly, that isn't my problem.
Huh. Okay, noted.
Very non-committal for someone that's so committed to protecting the sword.
Once I'm dead, I can't continue to protect it. Now can I?
I suppose so. Either way, at least we managed to save you before the paladin decided to use that sword for whatever he was planning.
No. It's just a sword that's really good at killing people, so he was probably going to kill people with it.
I imagine so. Question, I
Stop.
guess, is how he would have found out. Oh well. Never going to know.
Well, that information's now buried with him.
Good.
And again, our objective wasn't really the sword anyway. It was just stopping him. So the sword, helping you, this person with the sword was just a bonus.
Well, I guess we'll be on our way, says Adol, while giving a sidelong glance at her other self.
Yeah. By the way, can no one else can see that, right?
Nope, just Adel.
Just double checking. So.
One more thing, Dashing. Are you supposed to be seeing a weird alternate version of yourself when you come here?
Eh?
How many times have you died?
Too many to count
no.
at this point.
Alright, don't go near it.
Why?
It will kill you.
What is it?
Death's Shadow.
Why is Death's Shadow following me?
Because you died a lot.
He's getting really tired of your shit.
I'm fairly certain I've died not as much compared to others. Have I?
Yeah. I mean, I think you and I have died about the same amount, actually. Jubilee pipes up.
Are you seeing that shadow anywhere?
Adel, as Jubilee says that, you just see the alternate you in the corner just slowly begin looking at Jubilee now.
Oh, Jubilee, you should not have said that.
Jubilee's like, why? So again, she can't see it.
It's looking at you now.
Well, it got its attention off you at least.
So, why does Death Shadow, or whatever the fuck this thing is, why does it look like you?
It typically takes on a form of the one that it is hunting.
Hunting?
Oh, that's not good.
Hunting. What part of it will kill you did you not understand? They say, saying it in an inflection as if they're talking to a toddler.
It'll just gives them a look back. Do rivers of lava hunt?
Yeah, they're called lava elementals, sweetheart.
I'm not talking about the elemental dashing. I am talking about a non-sentient river of lava.
Depends on your definition of hunting.
Okay, enough of you. Is that thing going to come after me, or is it going to keep its distance?
Has it come after you yet?
No.
Then you're probably fine.
Probably, they say. Very well. Neil's going to walk over to Bowden and use a mage hand to hold up its hand that has flesh on it. Hubert?
Yes.
She gestures to it with her head. Cut it off, please.
He walks over and does just that.
What the fuck?
She'll then hand
You got
over
me.
to- She'll then hand over to Hubert. Okay, when we find glue, we'll just hand it over to him.
Oh, right, that thing.
Honestly, that seems to be a big if.
He said we'd find him when we were supposed to, and
We did see the fire that he took before, so
assuming he's still there.
There's a chance that he stopped hanging around the fire, however low that may be.
Plus, I think it would be a good idea for us to rest here before traveling.
Yeah, I can get behind that, Jubilee says. She got healed a bit, but again, there's still obvious signs of she was impaled before.
Oh, yes. And unfortunately, I am unable to construct the mansion.
Dashing, do you have any problem with us resting here?
As long as you don't mind the bones.
Very well.
I mean, if you guys desire more privacy, I think I got enough to put up the hut. If you so desire.
It should be fine.
As long as the Skelly boys don't suddenly go rogue and attack us, I think we're good.
By the way, Dashing, the blood downstairs, is it cursed?
It comes from a giant aberration, so as cursed as blood from that it can be.
What do you think would happen if I made a blood elemental out of it?
It would probably be hostile.
Damn.
So don't.
Might I tried to examine from a distance said aberration. I was not able to ascertain what exactly it was. Would you be able to provide more insight?
They're voidwalkers.
Voidwalkers. Do I know what a voidwalker is?
Roll history.
Sweet.
May Jubilee attempt that as well?
Sure.
Can I don't?
Sure.
History.
Man, that's pretty good.
Hey!
Feels like it rang a bell for us, guys.
Wait, Voidwalker? Fuck.
All of you get the basic gist. It is a creature that exists in the space between the realms, that feeds off of ambient energy such as magic, ether, and the like. Adelstar Day, as you have had personal experience fighting these things back in your kingdom, they feed on any type of energy, whether it be magic, ether, life force, and depending on which brand of creature they are, moving across the land can turn it into chalky wastes, distort the ground below it, or transform living things into still living things, but clearly mutated living things.
I see. Hale just nods and relays this information to everyone else. So, in other words, bad news.
I was aware of their energy consumption. I was not aware of their mutation. That's disconcerting.
Yes, what also is disconcerting is the fact that if they're supposed to exist in the space between, sounds like they might be forced to find other hunting grounds sometimes.
No, they have to come into the realms in order to get magic, because it doesn't exist in the space between the realms.
Ah, I see.
Hale pauses for a moment. Only fought the puppeteer, he had plenty of magic. Actually, as did we when we were over there.
I will admit, these creatures seem to bother me considerably. I am worried about them.
Why is that?
Elvie holds up her hand and sort of just summons a little mote of lightning, just sort of looks at you like, are you kidding me?
To be fair, us magic users would be a big snack for them.
Yes.
Adol continues to look to her and shrugs. I don't know. Seems as dangerous as any other being that feasts upon magic.
That's also fair.
It is very fair, but when the magic is inside another person, the feasting becomes, shall we say, not pleasant.
Adol shrugs again. Just don't let it feast on you.
Just don't, forehead.
That's really, really amusing.
I'm being serious. You're not going to let a tiger feast on you, are you?
Yes, but a tiger doesn't live in the spaces between reality.
I'm fairly certain there probably is some sort of feline-like creature that lives within the space between reality.
Of course, but it's not a tiger. It's something else, but...
It could be worse. Who knows?
It would be worse. It absolutely would be.
Points being, I don't think worrying about it's worth worrying about too much.
I respectfully disagree, but whatever. We will get to it when we get to it, if we get to it.
I'll then look over to George. George.
Yeah.
She gestures to the paladin's body. What should we do with this?
Part of me just wants to send it to my mom so she can see that it's dead, but...
Are you a cat?
Meow.
Trying to show off your kills to your parents?
No, I'm not a cat. I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
Well, this is up to you, Lieutenant. But if you can't decide, I would suggest burying it or destroying it. Either or.
I'd rather destroy it.
Then destroy it.
I'm not sure. What, do you want to just blast it?
Why not?
I would recommend burning it.
Adol just sets her hand on fire. Nothing would be easier. But this is your decision.
Go for it.
Alright. Adol's then going to... Let's see. What is she going to do? What? Okay. She is going to step back, gesture for others to do the same. Once others are out of the way, she's going to flame strike it.
Okay. So all of you watch as holy fire falls from the sky, engulfing the body, and eventually burns it away.
Get you.
The fire will then just go out in her hand, and she will fold her arms behind her back again.
Adel, can I just tell you that's kind of fucking awesome?
What is?
The whole like fire cyclone thing. That's really cool.
Flame strike? Oh,
Yeah.
yes, it's very useful.
It just looks really cool.
Appreciate it.
It is a very handy spell.
Well, just go and take a seat.
We're all just gathering around this area, I guess.
I was just gonna lie down and the bones will look up at the ceiling.
Are you okay, George?
I'm alive.
That's not what I asked.
I'll be fine.
I wonder if I should roll insights on that.
Up to you.
I think Adel will.
I forgot the wizard's name already. What was it? Dash?
Dashing.
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 Dashing. I almost said dashy.
Dashy?
Dashing, is it?
Dashy games.
Dashing, is it alright if we start a small campfire in here? Or is that gonna ruin anything?
By the smell of burning flesh, I assume you already have. They seem
hadn't yet.
They seem mildly perturbed that you didn't ask permission before setting a body on fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
well.
sorry. That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
But
Unfortunately,
I've been a wrong.
do what?
Wasn't the wrong one. Because technically it isn't lying, but he just isn't opening up, so I guess persuasion would be the better one.
Roll persuasion then.
It's the same bonus anyways. It doesn't matter.
Adel, you look him over and you can't really tell one way or the other, unfortunately.
She won't comment on it any further.
LB is
But
keeping.
Thank you for checking.
You're welcome.
He's at least trying to convert the smell to be somewhat pleasant. Maybe lavender instead.
LB will assist.
Well, I'm just using a cantrip, so I'm good.
She has the same cantrip. She might as well.
I just realized, though, I can't start a fire with this cantrip, though, so I might as well make use of it.
Light or snuff out.
Oh, no, okay, I guess can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we get enough kindling, I'll start up a fire, at least.
Yeah.
Get a little warmth around us.
Not a big enough fire. Fireball! No, just kidding.
Wrong character for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though yeah, my Saturday game, I'm that character. I cast Fireball. Why? Because I can. That's Pathfinder Fireball.
Hell yeah.
I once had a sorcerer rogue whose main way of using fireball was detonating it on themselves because they had evasion, so they would avoid it.
Classic stuff.
And-
Goddamn motherfucking suicide bomber.
And I took the meta magic that made it to where I could automatically save my saving throw regardless.
This motherfucker, he parried a suicide vest.
Sweet.
Getting that tech in. He tech that shit.
Yeah, just tech the suicide vest.
The good thing about it, at the highest level, really fun. The bad thing about it, getting it to that point sucked.
Oh yeah, waiting a long time for that.
Because a 6th level rogue at level 6 is fun. A 6th level rogue with a few levels in sorcerer at level 10 was not so fun.
Nope, you're lagging behind. That's one of the reasons I hate multi-classing.
Anyway, back to what we were doing.
What were we doing?
Settling down for the night.
They were trying to get rid of the smell of charred corpse that was not permitted, but done anyway.
Hey, look over. What are you doing?
No, the charred corpse was not permitted. The one that you did. The removing the smell, that's fine.
Why though? Oh, right. Sorry. Never mind.
Because it doesn't smell well? Smell good?
I forget. I'm sorry. Drow culture.
Oh, that's fine. She says as she starts applying pine scent for braising it. And as she does so, LB will reach out a hand and just sort of ruffle and jiggly his hair lightly before continuing to just provide her a good old cantrip.
Well, that's another loose end tied up. Finally,
Yes,
Now,
we have quite the long
don't say
list.
that. We this one we finished.
I was more referring to another loose end replacing it. But yes, we have finished this one.
Yes, we have quite the long list.
True, but this particular loose end with the paladin is gone for good. I think some of us are gonna sleep a lot easier at night now, knowing that will never happen again. From this particular point, at least.
As everyone, I'm assuming we're all bedding down to go to bed. Bed by time.
Yeah.
So
You were settling down for the evening, yes.
then what LV is going to do, just because I want to share this with all of you, if you want to actually put this in the music phenom, that's your choice or not, but LV is going to use prestidigitation because apparently prestidigitation can cause multiple musical notes, and is going to use the spell or multiple castings of it to start playing this.
Did you DM something to me, or?
No, it's in the general.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Ooh.
Just starts playing All Star by Smash Mouth. Oh.
Exactly. Again, the music box format.
You know, I want to look that up now. Actually, hold on. I want to see what that sounds like.
It sounds like this.
Oh no, the other thing, but yeah.
Oh yeah. A little musical accompaniment for relaxation. Thorgrim sort of just yawns and flops onto his back.
So, Who's got the good of food tonight?
I got trail rations. That's okay, I guess.
Easty will walk over and pull out 10 pounds of Hydra meat.
Oh shit! Right, I forgot we had that.
Well, time for some Hydra steaks.
Yeah.
Easty, looks at sticks and then looks over at the burning body and has a expression going on.
Burning body is no longer there. It has been burned.
Darn.
We have normal campfire now. No, we're not flavoring it with Paladin.
But it tastes delicious with Paladin. Back in Goblin Den, we cook many meals using Templars. It's very tasty.
Jubilee with Tiefling Paladin concerns.
She then
Flavoring.
points one of the Hydra steaks at you, Jubilee. Like you have very tasty looking thighs.
Oh god. Flavoring your meals with vengeance seems like a rather interesting taste.
It's not.
Jubilee just turns to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was all he said. Is it's not with vengeance. Go ahead.
Jubilee's turning to Hubert and Adel. I can't tell if she's messing with me or not.
She thinks your thighs are delicious.
Yes.
Looks to Hubert. Well, are they?
I don't know. I don't typically partake in thigh.
Are you more of a breast man?
It varies.
Getting a little insight into Hubert's choices. I like it.
Jubilee is stunned.
Been a while since we had a chance to really sit and chat like this, eh?
Yes, very much so. So, Skillet pipes up.
It's quite nice, I will admit. We don't often have chances to simply be ourselves. We are forced to portray a facade of actually knowing what we're doing.
This is the life of an adventurer.
Yeah. It's nice to be vulnerable and allow ourselves to admit that we are just a bunch of wayward souls gathering and trying to make sense of this world.
Scully kind of sighs, looking down at whatever drink he probably has, probably just a cup of water or something.
What's up, Grandpa? You seem a little sad.
Mention of wayward souls is very interesting to me.
How so?
Well, before meeting Zardak, that's what I was for a while.
As was I.
Being the last of my kind. You can imagine not many places wanting to take a orphan kid like me in, especially with how I looked and acted as a youngster.
Were you a rambunctious one as well?
Rambunctious is... I don't know if that's the correct word, but... I was old enough to know better still when everything happened, and... before coming to terms with it, I was angry at the world.
Ah, I see. Bitter due to your inability to connect with others, or?
I mean, teenage years are angsty to begin with, don't get me wrong.
Fair point.
But to all of a sudden be left on your own out of nowhere just because your people were slaughtered for looking the way they did, it does something to a person.
Yes, discrimination is a foul thing.
Yes. I know that firsthand.
Well, you
However, after Sardak found me, and then I found my religion with my lord, I found a purpose in life. Now that I'm out here, I'm wondering if I've strayed away from my purpose.
LV will move from Jubilee's side to Scalodius and sort of just collect him into a hug and say, "Nonsense. You have not strayed from your purpose. It has just changed slightly. You have added a second purpose to your first."
Perhaps so. Can't imagine how the orphanage is running without me, though. I miss seeing those smiling faces of those children. And I hope they're doing well right now.
I'm sure they all miss their father very, very much.
We both know that under Zardak they have the greatest care, though.
Of course. Zordak is our savior both, and we are both forever indebted to him, and we truly know his character, so we know that our collective paths are well guarded with him.
He kind of just rubs his chin, almost like a spot where you probably get punched, and like, oh, well, yeah, we know him in many regards.
Indeed, we do. He is gruff but wise, and
stern but fair.
indeed. Granted, sometimes more stern than fair, but, you know, that is just how people function. He has a lot of burdens, like we all do.
Yes, and we are some of the privileged few who get to see him for who he really is. The man behind the leader.
It is the greatest privilege I could ever imagine, being able to connect with someone so implicitly and make sure that we know the real Zardak and not the raging, dare I say, raging creature that he presents to his enemies.
To his enemies, the warmonger. To his ally, he's the best friend you could ever have.
Indeed. LV will lift up a water skin and just sort of hold it to Scalodius and say, "To Zardak."
To our fearless leader.
Indeed. And LV takes a drink.
And so Scalodius, and he almost has like a flashback of first meeting Zardak and berating him for being a terrible leader as he was a teenager and getting his clock cleaned and somehow still staying conscious. The first impression.
Yes. I wonder what Zardak would say if he were to see me lamenting about my past, lamenting about things that I can no longer change. I wonder what he would say.
Beastie would just smack her over the head with a stick of healing.
Ow!
That's what he'd say.
I suppose the one who knows him biblically knows him best.
Yes, I suppose you're right. LV says, rubbing her head. Because ow.
On the plus side, it didn't hurt very long.
No, it's just a brief sting.
You also got 1 HP.
Excellent.
Because it dealt 1 but healed you 2.
Ba 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 ba.
Question is if Beastie should use it on herself. I guess so. Yeah.
Why?
Oh, who knows what's gonna happen. She'll just use the resting stick of healing on herself. Real quick.
That is the most comical thing I've ever seen. Just like Looney Tunes smacking yourself over the head.
More or less.
Is that one stupid? The wizard asks, pointing her staff towards Beastie.
Beastie will scoff. Me not stupid, me an idiot. Yeah, right.
Best timing ever.
You're welcome. Julie just kind of looks over. It's complicated.
She is both the most stupid and most wise person in this group, and I don't know how, says Riddle.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Yes, for
How does that one function?
Which one? Jubilee says, pointing to the three idiots, the singularity.
Whichever one that one is, she says, pointing towards Beastie.
Mostly on instinct, I believe.
I have trouble questioning that or answering that question myself.
Beastie just leans the stick against her shoulder and ponders for a moment. He would talk about it, but Zardak said not to talk about that kind of thing in public.
Collective eyebrow raise.
What are you?
Goblin. Me, Beastie 13.
Whatever you want to call yourself, I guess.
Beastie 13.
Sorry. Reading the Jay's message.
He has misspelled
MAIL, dude.
Yeah, no, that.
So I just sat down, okay?
I know, but still, it's funny. But Jubilee kind of points to Beastie, then to Thorgrim, then to Skillus. How I think they function: instinct, parental figure, sheer dumb luck. Skillus, hey.
Beastie grins and looks to Sclodius. Dancer says me lucky.
I was pointing at Scalodius when I said lucky.
Huh?
I said instinct for you.
Oh.
That's not bad in itself. It's just make sure you know which one you are.
Yeah, me think me lucky. Me make good friends like you.
True. But I think the priest has more dumb luck than the rest of us at times. Have you seen the amount of times he's fallen out of the sky and gotten back up?
Beastie looks to Scalodius. Thanks for a bit. True. Gloomy no stab you when you argue with him, so you lucky.
Skillos has just got that look of, what the fuck did I do?
Well, Scalodius is the only person in that group right now who has actively tried to pick a fight with Hubert, and Hubert has flat out refused.
Yeah, true.
Beastie picks a fight with Hubert all the time.
The difference is that Beastie's doing it for a sparring reason. Scalodius did it for an actual reason, and Hubert quite literally said, "You're not worth my time."
George is like not really picked a fight, but just asked to fight him once, and that was enough to get him to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those two have done, again, that's more a sparring reason. Scalodius had like a personal issue with him.
And Thorgrim fought Hubert, but it was more of an arena fight, so. Also, Dodge Rock. I like Dodge Rock.
Not as fun as Dodge Rat.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Very fun. Especially when Rats is still alive.
Do you use small rats or like the giant rats?
He pauses for a bit. Rats of unusual size.
Yeah. That's the best
Rural
kind of dog
USs.
rat.
Yes.
I wonder if there are other things of unusual size. I've seen many rodents, but what about cats or fish or, well, I guess that would be sharks, but LV thinking noises.
She points at the skeleton.
Skeleton of unusual size. Sue.
That wasn't me sighing, that was George sighing.
Thing on your mind, George.
Everybody turns to George. What?
That's a loaded question.
It is a question that we would like an answer to, at least.
I mean, nothing really. Just thinking about the whole reason why this is all happening. Or why what happened to the paladin happened.
Because he was misguided.
And yet, I'm the reason why he died.
Yes.
I'm glad to see the irony is not quite lost on you.
I didn't mean the paladin.
You meant your father.
Mm-hmm.
You're blaming yourself for the actions of a madman?
I believe my words still ring true. I'm glad you see the irony in this situation. And I'm also glad that you are finding truth and knowledge within the situation. However, I would caution you to not blame yourself, nor fall deep in despair over the actions you, again, cannot change. I can speak from experience that is a activity that will ultimately prove fruitless.
Elias will kind of just speak up. I believe in this instance, your father would want you to move on. This is the end of this chapter for you.
Indeed.
You feel free to write a new one. What you want to do. PC being conscious of Adel. That's nice.
It's more like she's watched Hubert's almost stab a sucker for almost making her eat meat before.
He was like, nope, not doing that again.
I guess you're right. As he sits up and takes a piece of the hydro steak.
You did good, George, says Beastie, using his name for the first time. Your dad would be very proud.
It is surprising. Holy shit.
And I'm sure he loves you very much, regardless of how things have turned out.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And as he starts eating, he doesn't realize it, but he's just gonna start eating as he doesn't realize it yet, but he's starting to cry.
Aww.
Oh.
Really finds it's best to say nothing in this instance.
Yeah.
Just let him have it.
LB will also say nothing, but she will shuffle just a little bit closer, just in case. Thorgrim just goes, nom nom meat, nom nom nom.
Dragonborn, ooh, food.
How many pounds would it take to feed everyone, actually?
No, dog.
Okay, I'll just...
We had 20 pounds of steaks. I don't think we're going to eat all of it.
Yeah, how much is... Hold on. How much is in, like, one steak? How many
Like a full
pounds?
1 pound each, if at most.
Yeah, like most steaks are like what? A couple, like
Yeah.
12 ounces maybe?
3 ounces.
Yeah,
3 OZ of steak is a quarter pound. But that's around...
yeah. So a 12-ounce steak is about a pound. Yeah,
Okay.
It's
yeah.
standard.
And there's like...
So we'd probably go through half of it.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
And just make an extra 2 just in case for the 2 big males.
Yeah. Nom, 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 nom.
That way we can just cut it even.
I'm just going to move over here now, if you don't mind.
Just gathering around the fire.
Yeah, away from the ones like eating like animals.
Jubilee just nods. Smart move.
Yeah. I wouldn't want any extra meat on my clothing. It would be disgusting.
Indeed. Besides, I think we've all said what we need to say,
Indeed.
and now we just need to worry about what to do next.
Indeed. But we can worry about...
Oh, we're going to the Drow Templars and handing them this. And she gestures to the flame blade hilt.
Yeah, now that we're on
Some
less of a
blade.
time crunch, that sounds like a good idea.
Would we perhaps be able to set aside time to search for the castle that I mentioned in my dream?
It'll frown slightly. Is it pressing?
Not especially. It is. That's why I asked if we were able to set aside some extra time. It is more for the benefit of the rest of you.
We could do it after we visit the Templars and see if they have any information about it.
Yes, more than likely, even when I go and give them the blade, we're not ready to face my mother. I don't have a way to non-lethally deal with her as of yet.
Indeed, and if we can gather extra resources, even if I'm not able to fix my current issue, an item as strong as that would probably be quite beneficial to our exploits.
Very.
Though I must state, if we retrieve said item, I must insist at keeping it for myself, because only if I wear it, I would be able to be the one to use it with my mansion. If anyone else here wore it, I do not believe it would have the same effect. Unless any of you are able to cast Magnificent Mansion as well.
Unfortunately, I do not have that capability, as I chose a more protection route. But again, I can bring up a hut if need be.
Indeed. Well, I was referring more to the ethereal objects that I can create within the mansion. I can make them more substantial if I have the crown, but only if I wear it, which is unfortunate. Though I am quite curious whether the one I saw in my dream, I wonder if that was actually the Dream King, or perhaps one of his descendants, or someone who stole the crown for himself. I know not of their true identity.
I have a feeling we're going to find out one way or another.
We will when we get there.
Perhaps it is going to be another instance where ignorance is the best course of action.
I will respectfully disagree with that particular assessment, but either way, I won't have any way to argue. It will just happen when it happens. For steak, bacon.
Hubert,
Yes, my lady.
can you stop him from snoring so loudly, please?
Hubert will walk over, pull out a bag, and drop it on Thorgrim's face.
Much appreciated, Hubert.
You're welcome.
Hey, cool, a bag.
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 Bag. What color bag?
Bag color. So, long rest?
Blue.
Is everyone done with the socializing?
Being social in this economy.
Good question. As he's like, I guess I haven't really been socializing, but as he's like working on the plate mail, would he be able to identify what actually it does or anything like that?
It's just +3 plate mail.
Ooh,
Oh shit!
still good.
All right, he's just gonna keep working on it.
Alrighty. Mending's a cantrip, or is it a first level spell?
It's a cantrip.
Okay.
Yep.
Cantrip. Actually,
Cantrip.
why is he even called cantrip? Weird. He's just gonna walk over to Dashing. Hey,
Oh god.
she'll hand him some meat. Hydra meat.
Thanks.
Does he take it?
Yeah.
Alright. We'll let him have it. And we'll look around. What you eat?
Normally I just create food and water.
What food you make?
I don't get to pick that.
Then what food it make? If you know pick.
It just makes a bland paste that is good enough to sustain you.
Oh, sounds boring.
Well, I can't exactly hunt.
She points at
Nor-
skeletons. Make them go hunt.
It's not how that works.
Why not?
They can't leave my vicinity too far.
Oh. Sounds bad. Here, and she'll give him an extra Hydra steak and then head back to the others.
You're not a man.
I said them, not him. I gotta get a new mouse. This darn one's so... I don't even know what's wrong with it. It's like it
Nice.
double clicks. Well, that's Beastie done.
Alright. Anyone else?
I don't think so.
Going once? Going twice?
Mhm.
Oh, wait.
I guess before he kind of nods off, George is going to try to contact as well.
There's silence for a few moments before eventually. Hello, George.
Hello, Mother.
How are you?
Fine.
You don't sound very fine.
Well, we managed to defeat the paladin. He's gone now.
And how are you?
I think I'll be fine.
George, you know it's okay to not be okay, right?
That's why I said I think I'll be fine.
I'm not asking how you will be. I'm asking how you are presently.
Yes, a mixture of distraught and relieved.
Is that all?
That's the best way I can describe it.
You are processing a lot, after all.
Did you know why he did it?
No. I never
Do you
figured
want
it out.
do you want to know?
If you think it is something that I should know, then by all means tell me. If you think it would be best to not, then keep it secret from me.
Okay. But I just wanted to let you know that it's done now.
You did good, George. Um, uh, you feel as if you're standing in a weightless space for now, before you feel the very distinct feeling of her arms going around you, and she uses a partial summoning to bring you into a pocket plane for the sole purpose of hugging you close and,
Oh.
and gently rubbing your back to try and comfort you in this time.
Aw. He'll just
So,
stay quiet and hug her back.
To everyone else, this moment is not occurring as you are lying ready for bed, but it is a moment that you and she shares.
she cast the 9th level spell Summon Mom Hug.
The legendary spell of Summon Mom.
As he's sitting there hugging her, I said, I know you're not going to regret it, but it was because of me.
Of course I wouldn't regret it. You are the best thing to have ever happened to me.
He'll eventually let go of the hug and then kind of feel his face, realize that he's been crying, and start wiping away his tears.
Rest well, George. You deserve a good sleep.
You as well, Mom.
He gives you a small coy smile and says, I don't sleep, George.
Well,
And
relax well, I guess.
he then gently kisses your forehead before the call gets cut.
Oh, that was so nice.
I wanna call my mom now, but it's
I know.
half past midnight, so actually I can. Maybe I will. It'll piss her off, but you know what?
I'm sad. I'm sad now.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Oh no.
look at what you did, Jor.
I'm
nice.
sorry. Some old wounds are still there, man. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Anyone else? Going once? Going twice? And with that, the evening will go on. You all begin to rest your weary bones and tries to take it easy. And eventually, you all begin to awaken, presumably the next morning. It's
Long
hard
rest
to tell.
completed.
It's hard to tell as you are underground, but your long rest does come to an end.
We'll check
I
our
just
clock.
wanted to be sure before I pressed the button.
It's 6 in the morning, we'll say.
Elle lets out a satisfied sigh, knowing that she's just glad that her clock is clocking again. Very well, she says as she sits up.
Hello, my lady.
Hello, Hubert.
How are you?
I am doing well.
That is good to hear.
How about you?
I am fine.
She nods. She'll then glance over at her death shadow.
It has not moved from the spot and is continuing to watch you.
Dashing.
But
How long is that thing going to be watching me?
no, I don't know the habits of those things.
Well, you know more about them than I do.
What are you? As George kind of sits up, what are you talking about?
Oh, because I died so many times, there's now a dead shadow that if I get close to, it's going to kill me, and it's hunting me now.
Can George try to remember if his mom or anyone has mentioned anything about Death Shadow or something tracking people once they've died too much?
History with advantage. Your mother is the angel of death, so. They are entities that work for Death herself to track those who have cheated Death one too many times.
Cheated?
For the most part, they just sit and watch and eventually go away on their own.
They're literally just to monitor you, make sure you're not doing some stupid shit.
George will kind of stretch after being laying the bones like, they're pretty much an entity sent by Death herself because you might have cheated Death one too many times, so they're just here to watch you. Eventually, depending on what happens, they just go away.
It almost scoffs. Cheated? I didn't cheat.
Adel, I told you to blow up a mixture of light ether and dark ether, and that almost killed you outright. You just died in our last fight. If it wasn't for half of us being able to bring you back, you would have been dead by now.
Yes, but that's not cheating. I paid the price fair and square.
That
You did.
is...
Technically, I paid the price, my lady.
Yes, they paid the price fair and square.
Adel, someone else is paying the price to bring you back every time they bring you back from death.
Yes?
Whether that be a gemstone, their magic, their life force, they're bringing you back.
Yes?
You don't pay the price, someone else does.
Well, a price is paid anyway. They should be going after the Reapers that accepted the payment, not me. I'll just fold your
Alrighty.
arms.
My lady, I have a question.
Yes?
Are you scared of it?
Yes, I am.
That explains why you're so nervous of it.
That thing looks too much like me. It is too uncanny. Plus, I dislike when something is just staring at me without even... She just looks over at it.
Continuing to watch you.
Yes, I don't like when it does that.
None of us can see it, my lady.
Oh, I don't like when it's just staring at me like that. I bet if I explain things to Death, they would be very understanding. She then pauses. Actually, considering what happened the last time I had a talk with a god, maybe not. Then again, Thaniel might count as a god, or a godlike being, so maybe?
I don't think Daniel was a god.
Elle thinks for a bit. He hits as hard as a god.
I still don't think he is one, my lady.
He's adjacent, in my eyes at least. Well, at that point, Beastie will... Actually, she didn't sit down to go sleep. She'll just stop snoring and look around. Time to go?
Once everyone is ready, I suppose.
Jubilee will wake up and quickly pat Elvie with a spell.
Good morning. Thank you.
Morning.
Otto will eventually awaken as he was using the plate mail as a pillow.
That sounds so uncomfortable, Jesus.
As opposed to
Imagine
Lord,
he fell
not
asleep
really
while
that
he
much
was-
different.
Imagine he fell asleep while he was working, pretty much, and then just laid his head on it.
Just slowly stops working and then tink, forehead hits the plate mill.
Huh? Oh. He'll look at the plate mail to see if it's been finished or if he still needs to do more work on it.
Still need to do a little more work on it, but it's close.
Are we leaving?
I believe so.
Unless we're going to have a short pause to make sure that we all have an adequate breakfast.
Sounds like a
Breakfast
plan.
would be... Yes, breakfast would be appreciated.
Yes, I'd love my breakfast to be in a place filled with bones.
Yeah, me too.
Elle folds her arms behind her head. It's very familiar of home, only there's a lot more blood. And less bones, actually. But close enough.
Home sweet home.
Well, to each their own, I suppose.
Yes, and after very tumultuous days, there will be at least one murder attempt or two by now. I miss home.
Oh, that I can at least agree with. Home is where the heart is.
It occurs to me when I'm done with my mother, there is no guarantee my home will be my home anymore.
Well, at least you know you'll have several other options to choose from.
Yes, several.
I know.
Yeah, you still want to live a lavish lifestyle, but a little more subtle. I'm pretty sure my parents wouldn't have any problem with you guys coming in.
Considering
And
I'm
if
a
you,
Lunarian princess, I think it would be best to let them be aware of that fact first.
and if you don't, you always got a free bunk over at my place in Sopania.
And you guys know, as long as if you don't kill anyone, you're always welcome at Haven.
The offers are very appreciated, thank you.
Just saying, you have a home to go to. You get to choose which one it is.
Many aren't that lucky. I suppose I should be counting my blessings.
I believe we all should.
Yes, slowly says, getting up.
Hmm.
None of our days are guaranteed, so let's live with what we got. Well then, are we all ready to go?
Are we having breakfast first?
Ballista stands there for an awkward moment. Did I really forget food?
You? That's a new one.
Oh, my age is catching up to me.
It's fine. Thorgrim's gonna grab one of them steaks and start cooking them up.
Well, after a meal, Adel, should I be getting a windwalk ready once the meal's complete?
No. I'll just teleport us over there.
Alright.
I think it's too far to windwalk, at least in a single day.
Are you familiar with our location?
I am.
Good.
We've been there before.
Oh, yes, but memory is a fickle thing.
And thankfully, my memory doesn't fail me too often.
I'm just checking because there have been some instances of teleportation faux pas, and I would not appreciate another one, but if you're sure.
Do not worry, I am very well aware. Dark Ether should stop whatever that thing was from interrupting us again. Though I'm not going to count my chickens.
And hopefully there aren't any more large automatons following us when we're teleporting.
I would not put it past them.
Yes. It was quite interesting, though. I must commend Supreme on his technological prowess. That was quite fascinating.
It definitely was, and let's hope he doesn't do it again.
Indeed not.
But who knows what he's up to now?
No idea. Meanwhile, Thorgrim, nom 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 nom. Steak.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay.
But talk about what, though?
I do not know.
Yeah, me neither.
Edelsarday, may I ask you a question?
You may.
You wear many dark reds and blacks and other colors. Is red your favorite color?
No.
No?
I don't
What
have
is
a
your
favorite color.
I find that hard to believe.
Edel shrugs. These are simply the color of my family crest.
I see.
Why do you ask? Are you planning on getting me something?
Thought could cross my mind.
Well, if you, I suppose it would be... She pauses. It's not my family crest anymore. Well, make it in whichever color you believe fits me, I guess.
That's not the answer I was expecting, but very well.
No, not. What about you? Do you have a favorite color?
I like a lot of colors, but my typical favorite is, I would say emerald green.
I thought it would be purple.
Ah, purple is nice, especially the muted colors of velvet, but I enjoy the colors of the forest.
Is she flirting with me?
Gale just looks over at Jubilee. Ow.
The color.
I must remind you, Jubilee. Again, you are what, 25?
Uh, 22, but who's counting?
Well, I was, but that would make me over 20 times your age. I do not find it appropriate.
Not sure how maturity works for elves, so I can't really comment on that.
It's the same way it does with anyone else.
I'm quite old by elven standards.
How many
Yes, it
centuries
works.
old are you?
It works the same. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
I am exactly 4.2 centuries old, or 420.
That's not that old.
You're only middle age.
Yes, well, I guess you can call my kindness, or my thoughts toward my age, a version of a midlife crisis, I suppose.
Jubilee just gets into overacting. Oh dear, all these older people are coming for me. How will I ever deal with this?
Elvy's gonna reach over and do like the static electricity shock poke.
Ow. Ow. Okay. Sorry. I always knew there were sparks between us.
Yes.
Oh no.
Killer.
What?
Non-lethally
the
kill her,
pun.
please.
What?
How about I just put the belt on her?
That works.
No, not the belt. Anything with that.
Taken really badly out of context.
I feel like this is an inside joke between those three, but like Elvy's like really legitimate worried.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like if she were a cat, her hackles would be raising currently.
But then she heard belt and Jubilee acted like the belt was worse. Like, wait, what?
Yeah, exactly. Confusion, but also aggression. Just like, what?
Confused elf noises.
Well, since they don't finishing breakfast, quote unquote.
Yes.
Hubert would have given you peas and bread and stuff like that.
Yay. They'll take that. Okay. Well, are we ready to go?
Wait, hang on, wait. Okay, now I'm done.
Gross.
So I am.
Well, everyone, gather around. And
LB's using prestidigitation to like clear all the dwarf stink.
Yep. Once everyone is gathered around, Ada will look over to Dashing and will say, "Well, it's been a pleasure, Dashing."
I doubt that, but sure.
What, was it not for you?
It's more I'm the worst person of my sect, so
You're also the best.
no, I'm very much not.
Really? What's your competition?
Just because everyone else is dead doesn't mean I'm better than them.
Doesn't mean you're worse either.
Yes, it does.
Well, we appreciate you letting us stay here. And we
Yes.
apologize if we overstayed our welcome.
Your hospitality is appreciated. We will be out of your hair now.
Hmm.
I guess if you
Gee.
need anything, you just need to give us a sending.
I can't cast it.
Hmm.
Aren't you a wizard?
Aren't you a sorcerer?
Yes, I am.
Now, you have your abilities, I have my own. I cannot cast that spell.
Well, I guess... Hold on, I must have something. Let's see. Do I have a sending scroll? I... don't. Damn. I have a mystery scroll? Wait, no, I think I sold that. Yeah, she did. Huh.
Well, if you have any way of contacting us and need help, then just let us know.
I don't have a means of contacting anyone outside of this building.
Ah. Does this building have doors?
You just watch. You hear an almost loud creaking sound as she just slowly looks at you and just stares with blind eyes at you for asking that question.
Ada looks back, completely serious.
How did you get in?
A hole.
Uh-huh. So, go back over your question and ask it again.
Does this place have doors?
I believe he's implying the hole is a door.
Jubilee literally face palms like, oh my god.
A hole is not a door.
It is an entrance and an exit in and out of a location.
Yes,
Therefore,
but
they are the same thing.
A door has something in front of it.
Not necessarily.
I don't think this is going to work in a hole, she says while pulling out a devilish D card.
Okay.
That's a fair
George
point.
was just gonna face on. Was like, are there any areas here that have doors on the inside?
No.
Well, she'll hand over the devilish D card. You can speak to this person inside. You just need a door to get to it. Or something. I don't know. He might be willing to overlook the specifics of his role in this instance.
There still aren't any doors here.
You'll figure it out. And she hands him the card.
Ah, yes. Let the blind person figure that out. They say before just tossing it into one of the piles of bones nearby.
I don't think you're helping. I know you're trying, but I don't think you're helping.
Adel shrugs. I gave them the opportunity. If they ever really need it, then they will figure it out.
I don't think they even know what you just gave him.
Oh, it is a card that will transport you to a mystical being known as Devilish D that will be willing to help you out as long as you're able to pay for his services.
I don't have any money.
He accepts more.
He also barters.
Yeah, he runs a trade service as well. He trucks in odd items too.
And trust me, no matter what you have or don't have, he has a way to get value.
Well, then head back to the others. Wait until everybody is gathered. Make sure that they're not missing anyone or anything. And is going to...
Not missing everyone or anyone or anything like what, specifically?
Let's see. Are there any party members that are missing?
Mark is. I'm joking.
Oh no!
That was your fault, you can't cry.
No? Good. Is anyone missing anything from their inventory that might be accidentally have been stolen by, I don't know, a goose?
Nah.
let's teleport over. While using Dark Ether.
You didn't
What?
say that.
Nani?
I did. You didn't say anything before I said with Dark Ether, so there you go.
No. It's not my job to question if you're casting it with Dark Ether. You
Yeah,
can't
but
just...
I just paused for dramatic effect, okay? Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you see it.
Alright, so since you didn't specify you were doing it with Dark Ether...
I did.
That GIF is becoming more and more relevant.
I sure did.
Let's see. Alright, I need to roll a D100.
What?
Alright. You are purring really loud, Potato.
Huh?
I mean, I have a cat in my lap who is purring excruciatingly loudly.
I can hear it.
Alright. Let's see. Let's see. So, as the spell goes off, you all begin feeling weightless in the familiar feeling of a teleportation while still continuing to feel as if you're in the middle of said teleportation, appear here.
Ale is going to look around and will just angrily curse in Elvish.
Hubert will just calmly look at you, and after about the third curse word, will just very gently place a finger on your lips to stop you.
Those are a lot of bad words.
They are? Jubilee says.
Otto knows Elvish.
Adelstar Day, language, please.
I am speaking my language.
I know. Also mine. I can hear it quite clearly.
Wait. Oh, Skillius doesn't understand Elvish either, but he does understand Dwarvish, weirdly enough.
Because she lets out a small dwarven one in response to this.
Hey!
Watch your profanity. That's Skillius.
So, does anyone else remember this location? I don't remember if we...
Not in this campaign.
This is just my stereotypical demi-plane map.
Yeah. I just know this was used earlier in the campaign for some other reason. I don't know if this is for the exact same reason.
It was used as a demi-plane.
I don't think this is where we're supposed to be going.
It is not. I forgot to use my Dark Ether in time.
Excuse me.
Well, boys and Goblin, I think I know our way out of this. Hammer time!
Oh, who is that?
As Thorgrim goes off the other way, the rest of you will see swirling appear before three figures form in front of you, all of them watching you with curiosity.
Thorgrim, turn around. What? Oh my god, what is that?
Nani?
We are questions 3.
Beastie or not. Hello, questions 3. Me, Beastie 13.
A fellow numberer, we see. It's a pleasure to meet thee.
Yes. Big pleasure to meet me.
Wait a second. Are you people speaking in rhymes only?
Beastie will scoff. They know speaking in rhymes, silly.
Correct. We do not speak in rhyming. We do not possess the timing.
But they just. Did they just.
No. No,
That-
this will continue at the DM's discretion because sometimes I'm not clever enough to speak in rhyme always.
Well, I mean, that's entirely fair. Why do I get the feeling this is going to lead to a riddle scenario?
Beastie's going to walk over, just resting her hands on her hips. So, questions 3. What questions you have for me, Beastie?
Hee hee.
As our namesake might suggest, we will put thee to a test, asking thee questions 3. If you will provide answers to we.
Hey.
Answers provide me, she says while pointing to herself. So ask questions 3.
Before we do commence, we must ask if thy wishes to participate.
She then looks over to the others.
What was the question?
If thy wishes to participate.
Shall we participate in their games before we find out their true aims?
I have a feeling this will be annoying, but at least I have a choice in me being toys.
Yes, this might in fact be annoying, but this is just a playful toying.
Very well. As long as the toying is purely non-violence that you'll be deploying, then sure.
Maybe some downsides, but but no harm do we provide.
If no harm you provide, then what downsides do you have in mind?
You're really stretching here.
Yes, sir.
Hey, it's a half rhyme.
This is why I'm keeping silent.
We propose that thee will have to just wait and see.
Oh, of course. Very well. I will wait and see.
And we do ask, who is up to the task?
Though I do not know your true names, I would be up to play your little games.
What 3? That is their name.
Silly elf, they said name to thee, said Beastie.
Well, they introduced their trio. They did not introduce themselves individually.
We are the same entity. We do not believe in individuality.
I see. A shame. I suppose you're not to blame.
Individuality's lame.
Now who is up first for our game?
Beastie will raise her hand.
Very well. The first question. Where do you stand that you are always at waist level?
Beastie will think for a moment. Inside a toilet.
What?
Toilets don't exist.
They don't? Oh,
Well,
Not to the same extent that you're thinking of, no.
okay, hold on. So if it's not a toilet, where do you exist where you're always waist level?
No, where do you stand that you are always at waist level?
Yeah, I'm stumped already.
surprise.
Where do you stand when you're always at waist level?
I have a funny answer. It's probably not the right one, but it's a funny one.
Unfortunately, it's Beastie who is up, so you don't get to answer yet.
I know. I'm just saying. I just thought of a funny idea.
Can me get a hint?
No.
Darn it. Where can me stand while me always at waist level? In a waist deep hole.
Incorrect.
Oh. What's his answer?
That is such a shame. Thou hast failed our little game. And
What's
with
his
a
answer?
small pop, Beastie disappears.
Ah! Hale narrows her eyes. What did you do to her?
Unfortunately for thee, the questions being asked are from me. And we still have one standing, and many guesses remaining. Who is up next?
Are we to ask the same question, or do you have answer the same question, or do you have a different one?
The question will remain the same, to ensure that you all stay sane.
Debatable.
I feel like I'm missing a word or two. Can you repeat the wording of it?
Where is it that you stand that you are always at waist level?
Oh, this is a tough one.
And one of you still needs to volunteer to answer it next.
I got a pretty dumb answer. You want me to try?
It's up to you, but I need to know between which one it is.
I'm asking the group.
Oh, are you at? Who are you asking as though? It will be your
Thorgrim.
Okay.
Go for it.
You have
I got-
an answer that's better than any of us.
I got a real dumb answer. Probably not going to be the right one, but I got something for you. Permission to speak?
Questions 3 will look to thee and await thine answer.
Well, I don't know about waist as in, where my hips are, but I do know where we stand at waist level, and that would be in a sewer, because you always stand in your waist.
Correct. And Beastie reappears.
Oh shit, I was right.
How do toilets not exist but sewers do?
Well, because you gotta have places to dump your
Irrigation
garbage.
systems have existed for a long time.
But longer than a toilet?
Yes,
Well-
way longer actually. Like early humanity long.
Yeah, aqueducts and shit.
Yeah. That shit's existed in ancient times.
They had toilets around the same time as aqueducts, though.
No,
No.
they did not.
Yeah, they did. Romans created
had-
the aqueducts, did they not?
No, it was created before Rome.
Oh. Okay.
This is Mesopotamia era.
Interesting.
Yeah.
News to me.
So yeah, aqueducts and water things like that pre-exist toilets.
Toilets definitely would have been the answer if they existed, damn it.
Fulgrim's gonna look at Beastie and he's got like his hands on his hips and he's got like this big dumb smile on his face, like, ha! I solved the riddle.
They still look around very confused. Where did me go?
I don't know, somewhere.
Beastie, you don't know the answer to that because for a brief moment you didn't exist.
What?
So I believe we will be unmade if we answer incorrectly. LB asks the three figures.
Vian, we do not know.
How do
But-
you not know?
We would have also accepted the answer in your garbage.
Heh. I'm getting it now. There are maybe multiple answers to these questions. We just gotta provide something that sounds cool,
There.
right?
I'm still mad about the toilet thing, because that should have worked. Damn it.
I guess it depends on what you mean by a toilet.
Yeah, and also unfortunately it wouldn't have worked because that's too generic. It's not specific enough.
How is a toilet not specific?
Because a toilet doesn't always carry your waste.
The fuck else has
Sometimes.
gotta be in a toilet?
Toilet
You know.
paper.
Water.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that's
before
wastewater,
you
is
use-
it not?
Before you use it, it's just water.
Bruh. I'm mad.
So, got anything else for me? That was only one, right? There's two more, right?
Is it thee that wishes to answer the next questions 3?
Hell yeah! I'm on a roll.
What has many teeth but cannot bite?
Jubilee immediately runs forward with this one. Oh, I know this one.
Unfortunately for thee, he answered the questions for we.
Wait a minute. Piano.
Huh?
You know, the piano keys, because they're like ivory teeth, right?
E.
Unfortunately for thee, that is incorrect.
Well, bye guys.
Just hear the cross scream.
We'll be right back.
No, just sounds like hinges to bridge for nose while cursing and dwarven again.
You should really stop that, my lady.
Skeleton, watch your profanity.
Job, Scolius.
Anyway, I was gonna say gears.
Questions 3 will watch you for a moment, as if trying to figure out what you are talking about, before eventually you disappear as well.
What?
They don't know what gears are.
Hell's going to walk for.
But gears do exist.
Hold on. Gears do have teeth. Do you not?
Unfortunately for thee, we know not what that is.
And how are we supposed to know what you do and do not know? That is not following the rules of the game when you didn't even proclaim those were the rules.
Did I ask?
Did you say? You are the game master. You are supposed to dictate the rules of the game.
Hey, Adel. Okay.
Right.
No rules, lawyers. Beep.
George will step forward and just say, can I answer the question?
You may try.
What was the question again?
What has many teeth but cannot bite?
He'll think for a second. And then he'll start like scratching his head. And then he'll kind of as I scratching his head and he'll think to himself for a second and he'll say a comb?
Correct.
going to say a saw.
That bites rather hard into wood.
Yeah, a comb bites into air. What's your point?
It don't bite, it scratches.
What does a saw?
No.
Why?
A saw bites because it goes through the skin. A comb does not.
Have you seen a black man's comb before? Never mind.
Hey yo,
You need a real strong comb in order to get through some afros. Just saying.
That's not fair. You didn't tell us the rules. You didn't ask for the rules. But you didn't provide them. Okay, we're done with you.
Fuck rules lawyers, bye.
okay, but counterpoint, shut up.
So she's like, I swear that's not even fair. And then she pauses, realizing she didn't exist for a split moment, and just like flares her dark ether very angrily. But
Jubilee also looks peeved, like, I actually gave a right answer.
Did you? Did you really?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Why'd you go
Humans have teeth and they don't bite. They rotate and help make machinery go.
Either way, the answer was comb.
Fine-tooth comb. That makes sense.
Okay, comb is a legit answer still, but my answer was still good.
Okay, questions 3. Are there any rules?
No sassity. Pop.
Just delete it again.
Yeah, nope, nothing with that shit.
I was fully expecting it, I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
Now, who wants to participate in the last question?
But what are the rules?
They are blatantly ignoring you at this point.
Please still step forward. Me. He wants
We're
to
just
again.
going to step back. See, he's not trying to get Thanos snap.
What is the end of everything?
The end of everything?
Yes.
Correct.
Wait, was that the actual answer? Is he saying that was the answer, or...?
No, what is the end
Okay.
of everything?
She ponders for a moment. G.
Correct.
That was the easy one.
She grins. Adol is just glowering now. Very, very angry.
Hey, good job, Gobro. High five.
She high fives. Yeah. So what me get?
The three figures will turn, opening their mouths and begin talking in a language that you all cannot understand. And eventually, we'll turn back to you. Beastie, before slowly one of them holds out a hand, which has a ring on it.
Oh no.
Beastie will take the ring and look it over.
Looks like a ring, and with that, they stand straight and they say, Questions 3 enjoyed our game, and we shall send you back to your plane.
Well, I think Beastie just got proposed to by 3 eldritch beings. I mean, what?
Beastie will blink. Oh. And she looks back.
Thorgrim, I do not believe that was the case. But a ring and, that...
Can you have children?
They just look to each other, and begin talking the same ununderstandable language. But then all of you feel Adelsarde's magic beginning to kick in, and as soon as I find the map that I'm supposed to take you to...
Oh no, we get taken before they can give their answer.
You all appear on the outskirts of the Templar village.
I swear to every holy being ever, if I'm given the chance, I'm going to burn at least one of their faces.
Why is that, my lady?
And she just devolves into more angry, this time Dragonborn swearing.
And as you do, eventually Hubert will rest his hand on your shoulder, and in Dragonborn will say, "To be fair, my lady, you did give them the wrong answer." As he throws gasoline on the fire.
Errol just gives him the biggest glare. Just absolutely furious.
He is smiling. He has a big old grin right now.
That's surprising.
Yusi is going to head over to Otto. Stupid mouse. Bad.
Huh?
She shows the ring. What this do?
I'll take the ring and look it over and cast Identify on it.
It is the ring of martial weaponry. While you are attuned to the ring as a bonus action, you can form it into any weapon that you want it to be.
Oh, if you attune to this, it can turn into any weapon you want it to be.
She tilts her head. Any weapon?
You know how George can just summon out weapons from wherever he wants to?
Yes.
Essentially that, but yes, with any weapon.
She then, pulls out Scraw. So, can me make this? And she points the ring into this, and she points to Scraw. Exactly?
I'm guessing depending on your imagination, and if it's possible, then potentially?
She has a very dangerous grin on her face.
God, she's
Quick
gonna dual wield.
Quick question though. Does it when she makes these cool weapons out of the ring? But by the way, really fucking cool. Is it sized for her? Because we've seen weapons where it's just that's way too big.
That's a good question. It is not a question Identify can answer, but it is a good question.
Yeah, unfortunately, Identify just said it any weapon. That doesn't mean it's can't she just make a Vorpal sword?
If I had to guess, you can either envision the weapon yourself and then make it, maybe, but that would be my best guess.
Alright, so can turn into any weapon based. Any weapon based. That's it.
How about any weapon, in parentheses, maybe?
Can turn it into any weapon based. Maybe. Alright. Holy shit. Let's see. Here you go.
As a bonus action. Well, I guess that doesn't matter, but still.
I mean, it's very important for her specifically.
Yeah,
She uses that bonus actions.
Yeah, but it doesn't say it it will turn back after a while, so she could just have it yeah, Jesus. This is actually, depending on how this thing is, that's actually really strong or just, I guess she'll find out. You're gonna attune to that bad boy.
I feel like you should put that as can turn to any weapon based ? Base? Maybe?
Because if it can turn into magical weapons, Jesus Christ. I guess we're about to find out when she attunes to it, which will take a long rest, right?
Short. Short.
Sure. Okay.
But you getting a short rest anytime soon is highly unlikely.
Who knows what's gonna happen? It's not like Rush, he's gonna fall out of the sky. Well, after eventually calming down, Riddle will regain her composure and start heading forward. Though she is still... Her eyes are still their telltale red. She's just keeping it cool for now.
It's okay, my lady. You'll get it right the next time.
Hubert, not another word from you.
Hubert will then begin moving his hands and making symbols as he will continue to mock you in sign language.
Stop signing at me, Hubert. I can hear your hands.
LB is trying very hard not to giggle like a little schoolgirl.
You believe he's just glad it's not her in the receiving end this time?
As you walk up, the Templars will look to you as you approach, and await for you to tell them what is going on.
Hello. The lady in the flames sent us off on a quest. We're back.
Very good. We will wait for the rest of your companions to get over here before we send you to her.
AKA Jay.
And as he says this, all of you will look back and just see Hoppy having slung Otto over his shoulder and just dragging George by the foot.
George was a walk along. It was my bad. I was just doing something.
Both of them blue screen temporarily.
I didn't know that she could swear in so many languages.
But can you swear in primordial?
Yes. Wait, actually,
Awesome.
can she? Hold on.
You'll have to check your languages for that, bud.
No, not primordial. Not yet. She used to be able to, but then she lost that ability. You can do an abyssal and celestial. So.
Swears in rock.
I believe that is the rest of our cadre.
Then enjoy your time with the Lady of the Flame, he says before pulling out a crystal and throws it at Adelsorde's feet before all of you are
Flashback.
suddenly transported.
Yes, I forgot about the sudden flashback.
Oh. He'll sigh and start making her way over.
Make it away.
Stupid mouse.
Yeah, this is a big throne room.
A big throne room for a very... Never mind.
Pretentious lady.
I was about to say a big throne room for a big, but, you know.
Yep. You got balls for a girl.
Oh, gee. What the fuck?
Just a saying.
That's a statement.
It's a line from a game. Guy saying it was an idiot.
Which game? Saints Row?
Persona 4.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's kanji then.
No, that's Yosuke actually.
Really? I
Yeah.
expect kanji to say that type of thing.
Nah.
Alright, well, I'll walk over while pulling out the hilt. Ma'am, Lady of the Flame.
Yes.
She shows the hilt. I have
She will slowly hold her hand out to you.
walk over and place it in her hand.
She takes it, looks it over for a minute, And then, as she squeezes the hilt, you watch as a blade of radiant energy forms, and she has the biggest smile on her face, with a gleam in her eye, as she is truly excited about what you have brought her.
I don't picture her giggling like a schoolgirl at this, and we're just like,
Ale sighed while folding her arms behind her back. It was quite a bit to get that, not going to lie.
You did marvelously.
Thank you.
And I believe you said you wished our assistance in something after this job was done.
Yes, two things actually. The first is that you're aware of the Drow army that has come from another realm, which is encroaching on these lands. I need your help in defeating them.
Very well. We will begin scorching them away.
Wow.
she's way too eager for that one.
If you can you help me deal with them non-lethally?
Keyword non-lethally. Didn't say non-violently.
She just watches you for a moment, and then, very calmly, asks, why?
Because they are my people, and I care for them. I'd rather keep the bloodshed to a minimum if I can. I understand that violence is probably going to be required, but I don't want them to die if they don't have to. That and, well, they're being led by my mother.
I see. We will see what we are able to do, but I cannot make too many promises.
Sorry, can you say that again?
We will see what we can do, but I make no promises.
Very well. Thank you, ma'am. The second thing was, you mentioned before that you knew about these, and you would, like, raise up the X, well, out of character, Xantharone necklace.
She looks to it and says, yes, those delightfully evil things.
Sorry, can you say that again? My brain just died for a second.
Said, yes, those delightfully evil things.
The evil things.
Yeah. What information can you tell them? Tell us about them.
I know they grant great power, but slowly but surely corrupt whoever they are bound to.
Do you know how to find them?
Find them, no. Typically, they find whoever they want to bind to. They bound to one of our Captain Templars at one point. Ah, that was a gloriously wonderful battle. Unfortunately, he fell.
Right.
Such a shame.
I think you mentioned this. Where's that necklace now? Do you know?
I didn't know. We assumed it had been scorched, but whenever we searched the incinerated area later, it was nowhere to be found. No remnants.
I see.
Don't know if that's the Paladin one or not. That just went to the next host, but...
I'll look back to George. Do you have any questions?
Actually, yes. He'll step forward. Good. What time is it right now?
You are in a castle you do not know.
Or what time is it when we arrived? Or like how early was it when we arrived?
Let's see.
It's probably morning.
We'll assume that it took you guys an hour to eat breakfast, and then 5
About
minutes
8 o'clock then.
to solve the riddles. So 7 o'clock or so.
Well,
Morning,
we
Your
woke up
Highness.
around 6, so an hour will be 7. Okay, yeah.
Morning, Your Highness.
Hello, George. O'Loughlin died. How are you?
Doing pretty well.
Creeped out, you know who I am, but we're doing well.
And yourself?
I am marvelous now that I have my hands on this blade.
Oh, that is good to hear. I did have a question because we were trying to take care of the amulet situation, and I was wondering if you had any information or know the whereabouts of something called the Book of Exalted Deeds.
You are aware that is a one-of-a-kind book, yes?
I am aware. However, anything I can do to take care of this issue of having all of our homes being brought into a whole other realm, I'd want to take care of it as soon as possible.
While we do not have any leads presently, I might be able to get our clerics to begin trying to see where it is.
That would be more than enough. I believe that was the only question I had then. Unless you had any questions for me at all?
Oh no, I have no questions for you at all.
Alright then. Then he will back away again.
I do appreciate your agreeing to help us, ma'am.
How could I refuse such a lovely little lady and her entourage, especially after they gave me such a wonderful prize?
If I may ask, what do you plan on doing with that?
It is simply something that I enjoy looking at. I myself am not proficient enough with a blade to use it myself. Perhaps I will give it to a general. Perhaps I shall give it to a consort, or similar. I have yet to decide. For the time being, I am going to marvel at it and enjoy it.
Fair enough. I found a similar one, and I wanted to keep it for myself, but I lost it. Unfortunately.
That is such a shame.
Agreed.
I am sorry to hear that.
Yes, though the person that I had it lost a foot, so at least I didn't step away from that issue with nothing.
And he couldn't step away from it because he lost his foot. An enjoyable joke you've made.
No, I was serious. I have his leg.
Very good.
Good.
She doesn't seem bothered by this at all.
Hell not. Well, I guess we'll be staying in the city for now. If you need anything from us.
Oh, if I do, I will have one of my soldiers find you.
Alright. Thank you, ma'am. And she bows her head as she heads back.
He will then pull a piece of paper from her robe and hold it out to you.
Cool. So take it and read it over.
It is an order from the Queen that any inn you go to will give you free lodgings and food for the duration of your stay.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
You can also see that it is not optional for said inn.
And we'll keep that little fact just in the back of her mind as she nods. Thank you. Oh. She heads back and looks to the others. Anyone else have anything they want to say?
None other than thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Of course.
Think I'm good.
I'll turn and start heading back towards the exit. Beastie, of course, will very quickly scamper along after her, not wanting to be as close to Lady of the Flame for any longer than she has to.
Beastie, as you're running away, you feel as if eyes are boring into the back of your head.
Yeah, she slips her hood on over her hat.
Skillois knows this. He's gonna like put himself intentionally in the line of view.
Okay.
I was just gonna slowly walk behind everyone toward the exit.
Of course we know.
Alright. So, is there any type of conversation you all want to be having while you're walking?
I should just say kind of under breath. That's the first time anyone's called me by my full name in a long time.
Elle will pause as she's walking. How does she know your full name?
I don't know. I mean, I'm the son of the person who runs Haven. Also did... Oh, it might be because of the cold I started as well, if she's heard about that.
Oh. That's right, we never did address that.
George started a cult and he was banished from his city for a while for doing so.
Beastie snickers.
Yeah, those were not my best moments.
Silly George. You should not make your mom ground you like that, says Beastie.
Yeah, I don't plan on having that happen again, so...
Next time when you start to get cut, use bigger sword.
Sure. I just hope
Always
they don't...
finish what you start.
Yeah, I just hope they don't have similar views to the Paladin about what I did.
She looks over at Hubert and Jubilee and then to you. Me think you different than Paladins.
Oh!
One day Dan
Where
is
did that
going
come
to
from?
make his return.
He's literally in another dimension.
He will make his
He is
return.
literally our... Dude, he's literally our Joe Hendry.
He's just gonna pop up one day. It's like, it's his eye. It's been 2 years. How you been?
Yeah, I hate that you said that because I'm thinking of Xanthragon with that theme.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. Do a little dance.
Yeah, okay. And then he's gonna pinch a bit of his nose as he keeps walking.
Alright. Eventually, you all will make it out of the castle. And back into the upper district of the city.
Alright. Bill's going to make her way over to the Templar. She's going to quickly scamper away. Oh. Hello, sir.
Highness.
What did you call me?
Highness, you are a princess, are you not?
Sorry, I'm not used to being called that. Yes. Can you point us towards the nearest inn? Or at least, or I guess, an inn that you'd recommend?
Do you want an inn, or do you wish a hovel to yourself?
I'll look to the others.
Yeah, whatever you guys decide.
Whatever your call is, milady.
She looks back. An inn, I suppose.
Very well. He then gives you directions to get to one.
Alright. And towards one they will get.
We'll say this building.
Sorry, which one? That one.
This
Alright.
And now it's time to use generic inn. The generic inn
Map.
map that I have somewhere hidden, maybe.
Generic in map. Go.
Well, now I'll get Joe Henry stuck in my head.
Haha.
Let's see. Not sure. Not sure. There's the players. There's the players. Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, boop. Generic inn. Number this one. Ta-da.
Alright. Ael is going to walk on in and head over to the innkeeper.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Unfortunately, I have this. And she'll slide over the paper she received from the lady in front of you.
He takes it, looks at it, before nodding, and then looks to you. What will you have to eat?
Oh. Well, I'll just be having your vegetarian options. You can...
Alright. What? I need to know specifically what you want to eat.
I'll have a salad.
With,
Water.
and,
What's the and? Like,
what do you wish to be a part of your salad?
oh. Eggs.
Spinach?
Yes.
Do you want it served with bread?
Yes, please.
Any type of dressing?
No thank you.
Very well.
I was pleasantly surprised. I figured there would be more of an issue with this. seat. I'll then glance over to Hubert.
He looks to you.
Do you think if I asked people in this city for a blood donation that they feel that they would be forced to, or that they'd have a choice in the matter?
He shrugs to this.
How frustrating.
And I got a feeling this might be a case of they can't say no.
Then I shall not ask.
Well, the problem is I don't know if it's because of dedication or if it's because of unwillingness. You get what I'm saying? Kind of hard to tell. Still, I don't think it'd be a good idea to find out which one it is.
Yeah. If I'm going to build that army, I'd rather it be from volunteers, not from force.
Well, like I said, if it's their dedication, then it wouldn't be forced, but still kind of weird and off-putting.
I don't understand it.
Just
as
saying.
long as I give the reasoning for it, then I don't see why it's so worrying.
Okay, imagine, if you will, if someone built an army of those things, but they didn't have your good intentions.
Well, yes, it would be bad.
Wouldn't you feel kind of responsible for donating something to that cause?
Yes, but if they asked my permission and gave me the option to say no, then I would feel less awkward.
Right, that's not the part we're worried about, though.
It is the part I'm worried
Again.
about.
Yes, but if say I didn't know you and I gave you my blood for one of those things and you started an invasion all of a sudden, I'd feel so bad about it. Because it's hard to trust people you don't know. I can do that because I've known you for a while now.
There was that one village that, I don't know, we happened to save its entire children. What is it called? Menagerie of children, and yet they seemed to not trust me when I came back there, which is very annoying.
You do also have a doppelganger running around, if I'm not mistaken.
I have two, technically, but yes.
Right, so I'm just saying, people that even that aren't traveling with you and know you very intimately, probably can't trust you fully, especially if they came across one of your others.
How frustrating.
Yes, unfortunately, you do have a uniquely problematic situation.
Yes. Actually, speaking of which, she's going to send a sending to Eddie saying, "Are you too busy to speak now?"
No.
Good. Where are you?
I'm near the coastline.
Which one? North, east, south, or west?
I believe in the northernmost coastline.
What have you been so busy with for the past few times we spoke that we couldn't even talk?
Fighting an onslaught of seemingly never-ending water zombies.
They looked at the bodies.
Did you recognize the bodies in the water by any chance?
I don't know to what you are referring. I don't know. I also don't understand what it has to do with creatures coming out of the water.
I see. Well, if you're done with that, I'm going to be fighting Mother soon.
Oh,
And
I see.
Army.
and how does that make you feel?
I am nervous, but I'm not going to kill her.
I feel like that's a mistake.
I know that you would feel that way. Anyway, do you want to perhaps perhaps meet up or anything? Or are you fine on your own?
Perhaps, but I don't quite know if this area is safe as of yet.
Well, let me know once you are in the safe area and just contact me and I'll meet up with you.
Safe is very hard to consider in these parts.
That is true. But at least reach a point where you feel is safer than, the rest of this place.
I always feel as if I am safe.
I wish I shared that enthusiasm and optimism.
In any case, I have to ensure that the undead do not continue coming here, and to make sure that, well, the people are, of course, safe.
Very well. Right, there was one other thing. I found out who my father is. Sorry, who my dad is.
Yes?
Who's your puppy?
Did you ever find out who your dad is?
Yes, I know who my father is.
What was their name?
I feel like you already know the answer to this question.
Obitus?
So they do share the same name.
Strange that they are the same in different realms. Unless it's the same No. Unless
Sister?
I'm going to have some questions for him.
Is your father one of the most physically prowessed men in your realm?
Not that I am aware. He is more of a necromancer.
Then I doubt it is the same person.
I see. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he was. He was just hiding it.
No, I doubt that.
I see. Well, I'll leave you to fighting the water zombies. And yes, one other thing actually. If you ever do think that you recognize the bodies in the water, you don't.
It would probably be someone I've killed in the past.
No, it isn't. Make sure that you do not recognize the bodies in the water.
Why?
If you don't, you would end up going into the water yourself and drowning yourself.
Huh. Sounds like something else that needs to die.
I don't think you can kill eldritch water, but good luck with that.
Where there's eldritch water, there's an eldritch creature making it that way.
That's just its natural habitat. Unless it's encroaching onto outside of its environment, you should leave it alone.
I suppose. Unless it is a threat to people, at which point, well, if something happens, something happens.
I see. Well, I'll leave you to it, Eddie.
Do you have any other questions?
None that come to me. Yes. Did any of my sisters contact you? They might have thought you were me.
I'm not sure if they were your sisters, but I have come face to face with a few drow, yes.
Were they women?
Yes.
Are they alive?
Unfortunately.
That's good, at least. I appreciate your restraint.
Your family is particularly good at running from threats they cannot handle. It's honestly surprising of a drow.
Well, we can't really rule if we're dead. Actually, hold on. That is a good point. Where did they get that habit from? Because Ao definitely runs from fights that she can't handle. And her sisters do too, apparently. Her mom... Well, no. She fought Obitus more than once, so she definitely doesn't run from fights she can't handle. Where did that habit come from, Jordan?
Roll a history.
Alright, I am very curious. Oh. Well, Ado got an 18.
Whenever you and your sisters were growing up, anytime you ran into something you could not handle, your mother always told you to run to her and she would handle it for you.
Aww.
And then she did. Typically violently.
That's adorable.
Very violent.
Yeah, I actually frown slightly as she remembers this and sighs. Yes, we are taught that we can rely on Mother when there are threats we cannot handle, and to run to her.
It must have been nice.
I guess that's why ultimately I cannot see myself ever killing her. Like it or not, we care for each other.
My mother did not care for me, which is why she sent me to the edge of the territory, where things were the most violent.
I guess I can see why you turned out the way you did.
It also doesn't hurt that I am among a bloodline who is physically prowess, so I suppose that has something to do with it.
Alright. I will leave you be then. Good luck.
Good luck to you as well.
I'll then cut the sending. Let's see. And while I'm looking through my notes to find a certain name, we'll say, our alternates are alive and well. They've been fighting zombies this whole time. What are zombies?
Her alternates?
Yours too, actually. Wait, no, it's Mark's.
Nope.
Yes, when we fought the puppeteer, he pulled us into the realm between realms, and as a sick game, he told us that he fought many of our alternates from different dimensions for countless millennia. And to amuse him, he made us fight each other. But working together, we were able to figure out how to turn the tables on him, and we rescued our alternate selves from fighting him to the death. So there are alternate versions of ourselves from another dimension. Unfortunately for them, that their home dimension is no more. It was already devoured. So they're kind of refugees here.
I wonder what my alternate version would look like.
Like you, probably. Mine looks like me, only significantly more muscular.
Well, that's what I mean. Would I also have a muscle-bound version of myself?
Well, through the laws of probability, yes, you probably do have a muscular version of yourself.
I'm scared of what my version of me would look like, or seem like.
If I were to hazard a guess, George, she says while looking George up and down and, like, considering this for a moment. Your alternate version looks exactly like her, and she points at Jubilee. Clothes and all.
Did I just catch a stray?
You think that my alternate version would be like Jubilee?
Yes.
Care to explain?
She smiles. Yes. There are infinite realms and infinite universes. Anything you can possibly imagine that your alternate self is more likely true than not.
Imagine my alternate self being a lot more carefree.
Allow me
Jubilee
to,
will just take a sip of her drink. Thank you for choosing your words carefully.
Allow me to correct your sentence. An alternate version of you is carefree. Another one could be the exact opposite.
There are probably evil versions of all of us running around somewhere.
Well, technically there is an evil version of me with Daldoritz. Or an evil version of me from about 30 years in the past.
Meanwhile, Hubert, who can't talk, an evil version of me, I'm right here.
El will then look to Hubert. An evil version of Hubert's would probably look...
Hubert looks to you.
Her brain,
It'll
seems to pause at this. She's trying her best to come up with an alternate, but the logic part of her brain is overriding the emotional part, and she can't come up with anything.
I believe... Oh, go ahead.
I would struggle to think they're an alternate version of what it will look like. He'll then look over to Otto.
I will also look over to Otto. And then just start chuckling to herself. Actually, I know an alternate version of Otto. Or at least I know what that would look like.
You do.
I do. Hubert, can I have a paper, please?
He will pull a piece of paper out and offer it to you.
She'll take it, pull out a pen, and start sketching. And then she will slide the paper over to George. George, you're seeing Duke Nukem with rabbit ears.
Actually, we kind of know the answer to this question, if you don't mind me saying. Because keep in mind, my alternate self is a guy that can make machines and shit. So,
wait, so you're saying you're the alternate Otto, Thorgrim?
No, but somebody like me would be.
I think he's saying that Otto would have been a lot more of a hand-to-hand combat type of person since he's an inventor now.
Exactly. Since my alternate self
more brash too.
Since my alternate self is an inventor, since Otto is an inventor, his alternate self would probably look more like me. Somebody more, like Jubilee said, wild. Someone more untamed. Someone more willing to get up close and personal.
Edda will show the Duke Nukem with rabbit ears. Like this?
Kinda, yeah.
She nods.
Otto will then, as he's working
it might
on...
look a little more like this. You get slight alternation. Now it's Doomslayer with rabbit ears.
Yo! Doomslayer, Otto!
No. I think it's more like this. And then Thorgrim grabs a paper, starts drawing with a pencil, and then he holds up the paper, and it's the Dragonborn.
Yo!
From Skyrim.
Just with rabbit ears instead of horns coming out of that helmet.
Exactly.
Jesus. That's hilarious. Yes.
Meanwhile, the children seem lively again.
And Otto, as he's working, will just raise his hand and be like, but I'm me.
Oh, no. Yes. You are you.
These could be other yous.
I think there's other hoppies as well.
Yes.
Likely.
Well, hey, one of the other hymns could be a ranger, and his hobby could be his animal companion.
Steve, just looks over confused. Bag, would you have a pet rabbit?
Why would I keep one of my own as a pet?
She nods. See? That would be weird.
Perhaps not an alternate reality, though. In an alternate reality, it could be seen as a good thing.
Well, again, rangers don't see their companions as pets, but again, companions.
Yes, like a sibling.
I don't find it that weird at all. Yeah, I'd like that.
At least you would fold her arms behind her head while thinking, a different me would be tall.
I feel like an alternate version of you would be more like Adel.
Ale and Beastie just exchange glances. You know, despite what I was saying before, I just cannot picture it.
I mean, considering the line
Trying to
of
picture
dialogue
a
that we're going on
studious-
now, we're looking at a very smart, potentially magic-using goblin as an alternate version of Beastie.
LV straight up bursts out laughing at this.
El chuckles will shake your head.
Wouldn't that just be LV then? As a goblin?
No, it would be Adel Sarday. Because think of it. Beastie is someone who is very, well, for her kind, very charismatic and very wise, yeah? Well, imagine if she were to use it in an alternate reality, she would become someone like Adel Sarday, someone who uses her blood, her family lineage, as a source of power. I find that so funny.
Could you imagine her as a princess? El says while looking at Beastie, wearing regal robes,
Goblin princess.
and attending high-class parties.
She would have such a pretty dress.
Scoffs. Me am wearing a dress, and she points to her scraps. Me just been in many fights, but this still dress.
I mean, kinda.
She nods.
Parts of it, at least.
It's something.
Yeah.
Also, Adol, a question.
Yes?
Once we are done here, do you think we can return to Haven for some time?
Of course.
Thank
What
you.
about Ulvi's thing?
That is a secondary idea.
Well, do you have any idea of where the castle is, Elvie? Gloomhollow?
I have absolutely, positively zero idea.
No. Then in that case, maybe going to Haven to do some research would help with that.
It would
Yes.
absolutely.
The librarian would definitely have some idea of where to start looking.
Ah, yes, of course.
And that depends on if she's still there.
I wonder
Where's
what
the
I would do.
librarian going to go?
Didn't you say that you had told Tempest about, or her about Tempest, or the other way around?
Well, yes, but that was a while ago. And when we last went over there, she didn't seem that interested in moving. And then she...
Yeah, did we ever double check in with Tempest too? See how he's doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. And Adel's going to scry Tempest.
Your scrying fails.
Okay.
Ooh, that's bad. He either very angry or very dead.
Likely
Was there
the
any-
former.
Is there
Like
anyone
with the
that you
first
know
one?
that was left with Tempest, or that he was with?
She's going to scry...
Can you scry on Mark?
No, not Mark. There is that dragon, that kobold chief that has Zardak's weapon sealed inside from that was just chilling with Yoshi. So
That's right.
With Tempest.
Kobold Chief.
Yeah. So, you'll scry him.
It also fails.
Does that take up the
Oh, that is
slot?
really bad.
It does take up the spell slot, yes.
Oh boy, okay.
That's it.
Okay, last one, I guess. It will send ascending to Tempest saying, "Hello, Tempest. Are you willing to speak?"
It fails.
Huh? Huh.
Oh, that's really bad.
Well, I don't
Oh
know.
God!
That is
Isn't that
really
he-
bad because that spell's supposed to transcend planes.
Yeah, but it might be less that he's saying "fuck you" specifically to Adel, and he just has something that's stopping anything from coming, speaking again.
Probably.
Or any type of
Ooh,
divination
but
or anything like that.
my latter suggestion might be likely now.
All right.
There's two things that would stop it.
Mind blank.
Anti-magic?
One, okay, three things. One, the obvious, Tempest may be dead. Secondarily, mind
Yeah.
blank, which prevents any type of divination from detecting him or sending to him, or he is in an anti-magic field.
Yeah, it has to be.
But we know he's taken calls before.
Yeah, and that kobold can't also be. Well, he could, but if it's an anti-magic field, it would make sense since they're just right next to each other. Actually,
We might need to double check in on them physically.
yeah, but I doubt they can teleport over to him. They don't know where his We don't know where his castle is. But Ale is going to pull out the Supreme Ball and try and scry Supreme with it real quick. She has a worry about that.
The scrying works. It appears you see Supreme in his workshop, and immediately he pulls out a revolver and shoots the orb.
Okay, so Supreme is not involved with that.
That's
Also-
by the way, that's
But
horrifying.
he also cut it off really quick.
Oh god, Supreme is.
Something's going down.
Are you okay, Adel?
Oh, right. Yeah, I tried to scry Supreme to see if he was with them. He's not. He's still at his workshop. At least he's moving again.
Okay, he's at
He's
his
moving
workshop.
again?
Yeah. He started
So
moving
he's-
again a few days ago. The
But you
last
saw
time we
him.
spoke.
But you saw him at his workshop,
Yes,
which means he's probably working on something.
he is.
What do you think he could be working on when he was super depressed and sitting in a hole 5 days ago? Or not some time ago?
I have no idea. The last time when I spoke with him, it was about the Xanthagon amulet. After we spoke, he started moving again. But I'm not sure if it's because of that or it's because he noticed something. Fortunately, he's not really willing to speak with me right now.
Alright.
It's
Quick question,
really-
what was the last thing you remember when you saw Tempest?
The last thing I remember when I saw Tempest was him saying that he would make something that would make someone pay. It seemed like he was rebuilding Mark with something else in mind.
Oh god, I'm gonna be worried for what this might entail, but
I
have you
am-
tried scrying Mark's core?
Alright.
That might be the best idea.
It'll use some of her sorcerer points. I don't know how many, I'll look into that later. To get back her level 5 spell slots,
You know,
and we'll scry Mark's...
you do that a lot, and I just realized something.
What?
The DM,
Hmm.
theoretically, would using the familial trait where I absorb things, could I also push something back, like give energy?
You don't know. You'd have to try.
Interesting.
Alright. Ale was going...
You know, up for an experiment.
What kind of experiment?
You're probably gonna be mad, but it will be harmless.
Ale just gives her a suspicious look.
I'm gonna try to give you energy.
Okay.
Problem is, usually the way I, pull out energy is, well, But- I figured maybe... what? Oh, right, you don't know the full details of that, do you?
No.
Has she explained it before? I feel like she has.
Not fully.
I've explained it slightly through my succubus lineage.
As soon as she says that, Ale just bluntly says, no.
No, just hear me out before we get to the end.
Okay.
I'm theoretically, if I can absorb similarity, could I also provide energy? I think a simple kiss would actually would work, and not even on the lips, just like on the cheek. I want to see if I can actually give you energy.
Ale just gestures to Hubert. Experiment with him.
Okay. Jubilee's like slightly disappointed, but it's like, I just wanted to help. just like grab Hubert by the face real quick and plan a kiss on him. I'm trying to see if I can like transfer a spell slot into him or something, like a level 1 or something.
Let's see. Roll a d100.
Starts. Figured start low and work our way up. D100, go. Eh.
Apart from giving Hubert a kiss, you don't feel anything.
It may need to work on this. And like legit, you see Jubilee like fingers on her chin, thinking, like she's legitimately wanting to help Adel, but wants to figure out a way to do it first. Is it their normal trickery scheming? Says, I actually want to help.
I am aware that you do.
Yeah, well, I knew you wouldn't be. I'm full on up for whatever, but I figured at least this would be a safer way to do it, and be at least a little bit more respectable.
Well, I'm sure your experiments will come up with something in due time. In the meanwhile...
Yes, well, again, if I can absorb through partners, I'm hoping I can give something back.
Logically speaking, you should.
Yeah, I'll work on that whenever you give me permission.
I'll nod before looking back to trying to scry Mark's score.
Roll a d100.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Oh god.
Wow.
You feel the spell slot go to take effect, but unfortunately you do not get sent anywhere as your spell fails.
Blocked.
I was going to step over here. I will try again.
Better get better reception.
Yeah, while channeling her dark ether.
Imagine it's just kind of like a cell phone trying to get.
Can you hear me now?
I'll just step over here.
Can you hear me
That'll
now?
make my D100s roll better.
No, she's using her dark.
You never know. At this point, it could
She's
be.
using her dark ether and knows that it will corrupt the things and people around her if it goes wrong. So she's stepping into a place that's secluded.
You
So-
can
I
say
swear,
that
if
all
this
you
gives
want
you like
to.
a 90 or something, I'll be pissed.
So do I roll it again or does it not work?
You roll 2 D100s now.
2? Okay.
Yeah, one for the dark ether, one for the spell.
Think which one's first.
Okay. 1 for the spell.
Yeet.
Why didn't? 1 for the D1. 1 for the dark ether. Okay, that was the dark
Lord.
ether. That's the spell.
Alright, all of you watch as
That's
she begins channeling dark ether, and it looks like she's trying to cast a spell, but nothing seems to happen.
Adel sighs and just drops it. Whatever Tempest is doing to stop my spell, I can't get through it.
Whatever Tempest is doing to stop my spell, I can't get through it, Adelsarte hears.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Is she scrying
Any of us hear this?
I am
too, or
saying
is it
this
just
out
her?
of character. Is she scrying herself now? Does she see
Yes.
herself? What? The scry was reflected? Okay.
Scry got stuck.
So, where is she seeing herself from?
Is she seeing herself like a third-person game or
It's
something?
like a top-down perspective.
Yeah, tactical mode in Baldur's Gate.
We'll say this red spot is your scrying eye.
It'll look
It is
towards...
third-person view.
I'll try and look towards the scrying eye, but
As-
see that
as
she
you-
can't.
As you are looking through the scrying eye, you will notice that you are very wobbly and kind of, sort of looking where it should be, but not 100% on it.
Okay,
That's some mirror shit right there.
I'm currently scrying myself. She says.
Congratulations, you made yourself a mirror.
You can do that?
I think he shot my scry spell back at me.
Weren't you using Dark Ether?
The news.
I was.
Then where did it go?
I don't know.
That's not good.
What if the Dark Ether made this happen?
That would be...
I'm hoping that's the case.
Actually, yes. We didn't anger anyone, Matt. It'll just somehow manage to scry herself thanks to her Dark Ether, potentially. So she's looking at herself in third person now.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
It's become Resident Evil 4.
She's just taking up seats on the table because she is having a very weird out-of-body experience right now.
We're not aware of this happening. It's just her, right?
No, she mentioned it.
Okay.
I can imagine it's like having a hard time, difficulty even touching the chair because like, have you ever done that camera thing where you see yourself in third person? You have no depth perception at that point.
Yeah.
There is something that I must discuss with you.
Right now?
No. You seem busy at the moment, but I would like to talk to you more about that dark ether that you wield.
I will... Oh, okay, yes. Hold on. And then she's going to try and cut the scry.
Alright. Well, almost deleted LV.
Cuts out Elvie.
Alright. She lets out breath now that she's back in her body and gets off the table. Okay. What did you want to speak about, Gloomhollow?
The dark ether you are wielding.
What's about it?
All about it. It is very clear to me by this point, and has been very clear to me for a while that, and she's gonna sit down over across from you, pull up a chair. It is very clear that the ether that you wield, the dark ether, as one would expect, is a very volatile and very highly unpredictable force. I do understand that you are trying to keep it under control, but I'm starting to understand that perhaps that is more difficult than something you are able to do. There have been several instances where you have endangered yourself and others via using such a prolific power. And I'm not saying you should stop. However, I am asking you, if possible, would you allow me to help you try and control it better?
Okay.
Excellent. Do not forget, I am part of Zardak's research and development department, and my specific purview is of ether and in all of its forms. So I would be more than happy to share knowledge with you and help you hone your abilities with this, frankly, amazing power.
It is difficult to control, given that it is a corrupting force. So, the side effects are interesting. However, if what you say is right, hopefully, when I'm able to control it more, the side effects will be more manageable.
Yes, there will still be an element of randomization, as that is the chaotic nature of Dark Ether as a whole, but hopefully we can perhaps narrow the table so that not so many wild changes occur. I would rather hate it if you were to, say, for example, start a Dark Ether fire on this table.
Ada will walk to the table.
The table looks back at you.
I am the table.
How this shall bring nothing to the table when I'm the table?
Get the tip. No.
Ale narrows her eyes slightly. I didn't set it on fire, but it seems I gave it eyes.
No, but what I mean is, you remember the incident in the forest, yes? Where you
Yes.
set the grass on
Somehow,
fire.
that was because it absorbed your magic and then pushed that magic into me, which for a while made it difficult for me to control mine.
Indeed. Another random side effect of your prodigious abilities. But again, controlling it may prove difficult, but if we can achieve at least some modicum of control over it, it would be most beneficial, because I would rather if you didn't try to channel it and accidentally blow us all into oblivion. That would be fantastic.
When I spoke with Pentagon on the matter, he said that I would gain more control the more I used it. So I've been attempting to use it more.
And have you been gaining more control?
Jordan, has she? I can't tell.
Debatable.
Debatable.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure.
Well, and that is why I offer my aid, because it appears if you are planning on, again, harnessing your abilities through repeated use, then perhaps the aid of another would help you achieve this goal faster.
Well, the help is appreciated. How do we get
Excellent.
started on that?
Well, the question is, do we want to get started on that right away?
Might as well.
Because, well, the problem with that is I don't know if there's an open enough space to, test.
Show up to the innkeeper. Is there an open enough area in this inn that we can test my abilities?
It makes a motion to the entire sitting room that you are in.
So it's back to Gloomhall.
Are we sure that's enough? Things might get volatile.
If they do, we can handle it.
Are you sure?
No. But that's the point of experimentation, isn't it?
Suppose.
George will then raise his hand. Before you guys start to go volatile, would you mind if I try something real fast?
Of course. Go right ahead.
Alright. I don't know how this is gonna work out, but if we're just throwing things out there to try to figure out what's going on with Tempest, then might as well see what happens. George is going to summon out his twin blades.
Okay.
And is going to split himself.
Okay.
Oh God.
And he is then going to try to scribe both of Mark's cores with separate ones.
Okay, so run that by me again.
So one George is going to be scrying his first core that he had, which was the fighter one. The other one's going to be scrying the second one, which was the rogue one, I think.
Okay.
Pretty much he's trying to describe both of his cores with different Georges.
Okay. Yeah. Roll a d100.
Just one?
Yes. Alright.
Random bullshit, go.
Let's see. For simplicity's sake, we're gonna use the demi-plane map again because you only get one image with your scry before it gets cut off, but you do manage to, whether you powered through it or just got lucky with your action, you do manage to see something with your scry very, very briefly.
All right.
Hold on. Chaos, are you okay?
Yeah, something went down the wrong tube.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Ugh.
What in the goddamn?
And George, you see this
What in the fuck?
before all of a sudden you see nothing.
Whoa,
Great,
whoa,
we're playing-
whoa.
Now we're playing Bioshock.
Was that like Max on steroids? What the fuck?
That's Big Brother, clearly.
Anyway,
It's maximum overdrive.
George's just gonna kind of suck his other. Well, the other part of it, he's gonna combine together again. Is gonna just his head's just gonna like whiplash back for a second, and he's just gonna rub his head. I saw something.
Go on.
It was just. Does George know about when they fought Max, or what's his name, Max, with Supreme's guy?
Max?
Hunter Max.
Hunter Max. Was George there when they fought Hunter Max?
I don't think George fought Hunter Max, no.
No, that was Mark.
No,
Okay.
it was Mark and... No, George...
No, Otto came after Mark.
Yeah, so George was there. It was Mark and George, because Beastie was there too, I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we had both crews at that time.
Let me check,
Yeah.
because thankfully, that one I remember since I literally called it the one with Hunter Mark or Hunter Overdrive. Hunter Max, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm just calling the new one Hunter Overdrive.
Well, Hunter Overdrive is already a thing. That was Hunter Max's second film.
Maximum Overdrive.
The Hunter,
So-
the one with Hunter Maximum Overdrive.
So,
Yeah, George was there.
okay. So, then yes, George, you very much remember Hunter Max. And more importantly, you not only remember how you all were fighting him, and were losing, you all were fighting him with the help of Charlie and Zardak, and we're losing.
Hey,
For most of the fight.
we won, okay? He wasn't standing at the end of that. We won.
I
Because he
didn't,
self-destructed.
I didn't say you
And it
lost
sounds
the
like he wants
fight.
a rematch now.
I didn't say you lost the fight. I said you were losing the fight.
Oh God, I completely forgot.
Right, then
he
we'll
fucking-
call it a draw.
I completely forgot he fucking shot himself while he had Hunter Max's
Yeah,
core. Oh
he
no.
did- Oh god.
Yes, he did shoot himself while he had Hunter Max's core.
Okay, are you ready for
Confused
Hunter
with
Max
it. Oh,
Phase?
God.
Are you ready for
And,
Hunter Max Phase 3, everyone?
Another thing that you all
Hunter
forgot
Mark.
was whenever Adel scried him and Tempest was bringing Mark's soul back, she distinctly saw two different souls mingled together.
I thought that was just
Mark and
his two
and-
different
and Max
cores.
fused. No, they
I
fused.
think that's because we forgot about the Hunter Max core. Oh God. Oh,
You know who
Oh,
didn't?
no.
You know who didn't
The
forget? This guy.
Right, so
Oh,
now
no.
it really is Hunter Mark.
Overdrive.
Hunter Mark Overdrive, Jesus.
Hunter Overdrive Mark III. Ah!
Okay, hold on. This might be a good thing then, because
His name is Hunter
Mark has a
Marks.
good impression of us.
Thank you.
Hunter Marks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's a communist! Oh, they fused together and became a communist! We're gonna be fighting the comrade! Hunter Comrade!
Okay, he's officially delirious now.
Gonna come in here, it's like...
He said he's gonna be an ally, but Hunter Max just wants to fight, and Mark was a chaotic ass bitch. So who knows what type of
But
person
Mark
he
was
is
also
now.
very friendly with us too.
No, you see, he
So-
is an ally of the proletariat. He wants to fight the capitalists that are running this
I mean,
country.
it also depends on how Tempest remakes him. If this is technically supposed to be a new Mark.
While Tempest is able to control their body, he doesn't seem to have any control about their personality.
So this will be interesting.
Yeah, because
Supreme
Supreme is Supreme and Max was Max, you know? Well, Mark was Mark, rather.
Yeah, so George is just going to...
What happens when you combine the two personalities?
Drugs.
Person that fights for their friends?
It's gonna be a person that fights to I don't fucking know, but George is gonna just snap back into realization and is just gonna put his hands over his head and just be like, oh god.
Back to reality.
Oh god.
What is it, George?
Alright, we may have a slight problem.
What's the problem?
I don't know where it was at, but when I briefly saw was another, I guess, I don't know, it's a machine or warforged that was beefy like Hunter Max when I scried Mark's core.
Hunter Max?
Sorry.
Wait, what?
What did you just say?
I tried to scribe Mark's core, and I saw a beefy warforged automaton thing that looked... Would it be appropriate to say he looked similar to Hunter Max?
That
Sure,
is what I was afraid you would say.
With more armor.
Similar to Hunter Max, with a lot more armor.
With more armor?
Are you telling me they rebuilt him? Ah.
Bestial rush over.
Well, hold on.
Grin.
He said he scried on Mark's core. So that's...
I scried Mark's core, and that's what I saw. I don't know what the fuck that was, but it did not look like Mark.
I mean, to be fair, with what Mark is, he could change his appearance easily.
I have a theory. A terrible theory.
And that theory is?
You said it was larger and bulkier, right?
Yeah.
What robotic figure did we fight that was large and bulky?
Hunter Max.
Exactly. And yet it looked like Mark. Yes?
He
It had Mark's core, but it looked more like Max.
I scried Mark's core, but looked more bulky like Hunter Max. Oh, shit.
So they made Hunter Max into Mark?
No, remember what Mark did when we were fighting Supreme?
He pulled the trigger on himself.
He had
Max's core.
Well, you saw the heat of the crater. What if instead of destroying the cores, use them to...
That's what I was thinking.
Mark fused with Hunter Max.
That is either a good thing...
Really good or really bad.
Yes.
My money's on the latter, unfortunately.
Well, that depends on Tempest. Tempest blames us for what happened to Mark.
Then we're screwed. But if Tempest forgives us, then we're fine. The problem is we have no idea how Tempest feels about us right now.
Doubt he might forget us now, since he might, if he has any inclination that we're trying to get in contact with him. We did take away the only son that... Well, we did end up losing the only son that he cared for at the time.
And grief makes people do very, very bad things.
We felt grief too when that happened to Mark.
Does that mean...
Yeah, but you weren't the one who
doesn't understand.
Does that mean Tempest will care, is the question.
Yes.
It's just frustrating that he doesn't understand if he hasn't forgiven us.
Grief mixed with an all-powerful, omniscient dragon is a very, very bad thing.
It sure is.
Yeah, if you need any hint as to how bad it could go, just think about what happened when I told my mom that I thought I was actually going to die.
Yes.
Or worse, what happened when we tried to tell you that you had to let the paladin go? You threatened to kill me. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that one.
No, it's fine. My point being, just
Yep.
because you're emotional, your brain might go out the window.
Exactly. As I said, grief makes us do very bad things.
George, as you're looking over at Adel Sarday and apologizing, you notice that Hubert, who is taller than her, is just looking over her head at you, staring at you. He has not
glowing red eyes.
That you threatened her at one point.
Don't forget, I also got impaled for you.
Mm,
Uh-huh.
When did someone notice the wandering off?
I believe that I'm not one for profanity yet oftentimes, but I do believe this qualifies under the phrase "we fucked up."
Well, yes.
Yeah, that perfectly sums it up.
Could it really be a we fucked up when he himself was out of the window with Tempest or with Supreme by himself?
I mean, if you, George, if you want to explain that to the dragon, you go right ahead.
I'd rather not.
I'd like to see how well. Yeah, that's what I thought.
In this case, it is a "we fucked up" by association.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
But again, I'm not going to be the one to explain that to him. You go ahead and do that if you are so inclined. Then George.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'd rather not. That's just my personal opinion.
well, again, we can't really do much about this situation with how it is at the minute. We'll just have to wait and see what they aim on doing. They'll have to be reactive.
I do agree, especially if we don't know what's going on at the moment.
Exactly.
You couldn't maybe ask if people have seen an island or a flying workshop or anything like that recently.
Yes.
He kind of looks around.
For all we know, he could be
some people.
For all we know, he could just be hovering above us this entire time, just watching our every move as he works on rebuilding Mark.
And then he's going to dive into hell. Or rather, hell will dive onto us.
Maybe.
Well, let's hope he understands at some point. That's all we can do is hope.
That is indeed all we can do.
Well, in the meantime, our next move is Haven to do more research for Elvy's castle we're looking for.
Yes, and hopefully in the process I'll figure out a way how to non-lethally deal with my mother. Because while I'm certain we might be able to beat her in a fight, it's what will happen with her afterwards, which is... well...
Yeah, well... let's hope it doesn't have to come to anything that bad.
I'm not going to kill my mother. Definitely not. Or if I am, I'm not going to leave her dead for long.
Well, just know, if it's your life or hers, I'm sorry, I choose you.
It'll day, I choose you.
Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! Edelsarde von Hematrosa Undobitus, first princess of the Drow Empire and the Lunaris Kingdom. Fuck!
Could you just become our Percy at this point with the names?
Pretty much.
She has many names.
Exactly. But again, I must point out, Jubilee says, where are 2/3 of our singularity?
I'll look over.
Hubert will just point a thumb over his shoulder towards the hallway.
Meanwhile,
He also
You
noticed
see
them wandering away.
if you don't mind, I'd like to be alone right now.
Why?
I need to think.
About?
By myself.
About?
Things that do not concern you, Beastie. Don't worry, I'll be fine.
No.
None, not
Beastie,
worry,
I
only
really
worry.
I really would like to be alone right now.
Why?
The talk they were all having was just
my
kind of
God.
bothering me, and I would like to not think about it.
Beastie will fold her arms friendly. I'll walk over in front of Scullies. You know saying why.
A lot of talk about grief is bothering me, and I'd rather not right now. That is literally all I'm going to tell you.
Oh. Okay.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
And she's already just walking along. Do what you need to. But, and she turns on her heel. If you deal with it by yourself, it will be harder.
Never intended it for it to be easy. It says it without even turning towards her.
If you make a hard fight even harder for no reason, then the only person you hurting is you, priest, not anyone else. If you want to make yourself suffer, we can do that for you.
I don't want anyone else involved.
Why?
Because that's what I choose. Shuts door.
Beastie sighs and just starts rolling her shoulders. Okay, priest. You are making me have to do this. And she's gonna go to the door.
He's straight up sitting against the door, putting all his weight against it, and it's locked.
Priest?
Again, I just want to think. I'm not wallowing in self-pity. I just want to gather my thoughts. That's all. I'm not hurting anyone, not even myself.
Are you sure?
However, Beastie, However, Beastie, I will admit, as much as of a friend you are starting to agitate me a little bit. You can almost feel the draconic growl in that last part.
And she just looks at the door for a while. Me know you for many years, priest. You know think good by yourself. So, me will be here.
When I'm ready to talk to you, I will talk to you guys. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna say first.
Okay, then me will be here.
If you don't mind waiting for a while, that's fine. But I'm just gonna wait right here.
Silly priest. Me always wait for a friend.
Thank you.
And then she's just going to stand there.
Yep, and Skolas is just gonna sit there by the door for a while, just thinking about everything.
Alright.
Now that he's mostly thinking about now that George has put his stuff to rest, will he be able to do the same?
Beastie has no thoughts. Well, she has plenty of thoughts, but the thoughts mainly involved whether or not she should break down the door. She is considering it, but for the time being is deciding against it. She will be attuning to the ring while she's just standing there, though.
Okay.
No thoughts, head empty.
Yeah.
We need to meet our brood quota, and our usual broody boys out of things to brood about.
If she feels she needs to, she is going to break down that door and then hit Scalodius with it.
He just needed to get away from the grief talk for a little bit, for his own mental sake.
She knows the priest. She knows he ain't good at glowering like a certain other gloomy person, so she's gonna go over and just help by smacking him with a door.
Alright. So, do any of you have anything you want to say before the session comes to an end tonight?
That I can think of.
What did you... Wait, what did you say?
Said not that I can think
Nothing
of.
that he could.
Okay.
Nothing he could think
Jesus
of.
Christ. I don't know
What do you
why-
think he said?
I thought nothing. He thought Okay, no, I can say
I'm
this.
truly puzzled here, man.
I
I
thought-
don't know what you thought he
My
said.
brain turned off for a moment, so I just heard the certain phonetics. So my brain said nothing to you, nigga. I was like, huh? But no.
Wow.
Oh.
Damn! What did you do to piss Jay off so much?
That's getting cut.
No, it's not. I can say that word. I just don't say it that much.
YouTube doesn't know that.
YouTube knows that
YouTube.
I am black. Besides, YouTube doesn't ban you for saying that word. It's Twitch that bans you.
Fair.
Pretty sure it would ban the rest of us that aren't you two.
It's not like
No,
I
I mean,
link. It's
obviously.
not like I link you in these in the channel description. They don't know who you is.
Who you is?
And maybe that's for the best. Oh
Yeah,
god,
that's
the
one-
amount of stuff that you've
That's-
seen on my timeline, probably.
That's one hell of a way to end the session, though. Just drop a hard end bomb.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Hey, thanks for watching the video until the end. If you want to see more of my stuff, click on either the vids on screen or check out my YouTube channel. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and check the description for more places to follow me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be seeing you.